everybody. It's Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. Welcome to the Giant Bombcast, episode 936. This week, we're brought to you by our friends at Outer Loop and their new game, Dosa Divas. You might remember our friends from SGF last year with the burger incident. Thankfully, Delight. You're right. I'm sorry. And thankfully, the devs survived that, and their game, Dosa Divas, is out now. Two cool sisters pilot a mech in a turn-based RPG. It's now out on Steam and on all of the big consoles. Y'all, if you like Octopath, if you like Super Mario RPG with a dash of Cooking Mama, Dosa Divas is a lovely little amuse-bouche for you. Check out the Steam page, give it a wish list, swoop it up if it strikes your fancy, because this game is also funded by Outer Sloth, the fine folks at Among Us. As part of that publishing deal, the team gets a healthy part of sales of each copy sold directly to them right from the jump. Your support goes a long way in helping the devs. Dosa Divas out now. And by the way, I'm your host, Jan Ochoa, joining me, co-captain of the ship of this lovely mech that also does not provide food, does not serve food. It just consumes it, and not even in a nourishing way. Jeff Grubb.
I'm being nourished by the imagination of the sliding door situation where the burger did kill this person and we didn't get this game. Imagine that universe. I'm glad we live in this one, guys.
Yeah. We skirted past a lot of incidents and dangers that week over at the Airbnb.
We survived.
Speaking of the survivor, he survived the confetti cannon and the burger. Delight. Dan Reichert.
Hey, there we go. I don't know if I'm going to survive this list that Mike Minotti made last night, looking at it, that has, it's his ranking of mainline Mario games that has more non-mainline games on it than mainline. It has 11 ones that are mainline and 9 games that are.
No one wants to have this conversation with you anymore.
Especially at the top of the pod. Can't you let us get
we haven't even introduced, like...
This is my first time taking it in. I'm taking notes on this, and to have it's a lot to take in.
The people at home, they don't know who's here yet. They're like, is Jeff Bakalar here? Is the bad boy here?
We don't know. There's 3 or 4 people wondering that, and I'm here to let them know that, yes, indeed, I am here. Thank you, Jan.
And one of those 3 to 4 people was Jeff Bakalar himself. So, Jeff, you're here.
I'm here and confirming for myself. That makes 3 of us. Happy to be here, folks.
Hey, Jeff, I perceive you right now, okay? You're real. You're real to me, bud.
You acknowledge me. I'm not a ghost.
You're not a ghost. But he is not a ghost because he's the real deal, because he's the bad boy of games media. Mike Minotti.
Jan, my CPAP friend.
Yes.
And look, I love my CPAP. It's
Fellow
good for
CPAP-y.
me. But I feel like once a year, it feels more like I have like a face hugger from Alien on my face. Like I'll go to sleep, and just this one time I'll wake up an hour later and be like, ah!
Oh,
and
do you
it's
think
like
it's 'cause
too
you
much
slept at my
air.
house without it for one night?
What's that?
Do you think it's because you were at my house and you slept without it for one night?
I don't know. Yeah, I had like my first night without in a while because I went to Jeff's house for the weekend. We had a sleepover, and I was like, I don't want to bring my CPAP for one night. I'll be okay. I don't know what it is, but yeah, like last night, I just woke up and I was like, this thing is just. I feel like I have an elephant trunk wrapped around my head and just blowing air up my nose, and it's too much air, and I can't sleep. So I kind of had to like reset my whole going to sleep. I'd like take it off, sit there for a bit, just kind of wait for sleep to take me, and then like sneak it back on me. And even then, the sleep did not take. I'm a bit of a loopy Mikey today.
Yeah. Wow. I would like one of those portable Jimmy Jams, the CPAPs. How can Mike Minotti and I get sponsored by Big CPAP? Because I would love that.
There's the surgery. Have you ever looked at that surgery? That's weird.
So
what do they do?
It's weird.
They probably give you another hole.
Yes.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Vent hole?
like a blowhole, a human blowhole.
Yeah. Ooh. Can you do the water spurt?
No,
I would try.
Can you smoke out of it?
It's like, you can, but it's not meant to do it. It's like gleeking. It's like a gleeking from your manhole.
Dude, I used to be so good at gleeking until I had my tongue bubble surgery.
Just go run back to the doctor. Put it back the way it was. I need to gleek.
It was. I could go like bilateral gleeking, and now I'm lucky to get one squirt.
Don't worry, it's reversible. Listen,
Is it?
I don't know, Mike.
Yo.
What is the surgery? I actually am marginally curious.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but like there is a surgery and they do something to your lungs. I think it's almost like
To your lungs?
pacemaker-esque, but like pacemaker adjacent. But for your lung, I think.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. I shouldn't say. I really don't know.
They
But
put
there
little
is
guys in there that squeeze your lungs. And they're just
there
like,
is a
we'll do it for
surgery
you."
That's fun.
option. Someone's saying they put electrodes in you to open your airways. Wow.
And they just stay in you?
Yeah.
Is
They
it like-
electrically shock your airways.
Oh yeah, I guess
presumably.
it is like a pacemaker then, but for
Peter
your lungs.
Gabriel lyrics left
Right.
and right on this
I
podcast. so
would have
far.
to make sure like I'd be okay to go on all the rides I want to still with that. Gotta make sure it's like you can't go on Star Tours because you've got the lung pacemaker.
Yeah, that would be the first question I had for my doctor as well. I know this is potentially life-saving surgery, doc, but can I go on the haunted fucking mansion with it?
This is
I
Mike's
gotta know,
version of
doc.
this is Mike's version of Ric Flair taking out his pacemaker to have one more match. It's like, I don't know if that's a good reason.
Real quick, we had an inauspicious start to the podcast. Do you guys think it's like time to like cash in our one freebie where we could just do a bad podcast and no one gets to say
No,
anything?
Yeah, let's do it. I
No,
like that
can't.
idea.
I can't.
Yeah,
We-
Grubb,
one
Grubb.
freebie a year.
Yeah,
I think
Grubb.
we get one.
No.
Grubb.
Well,
Yes.
What
We
does
have
it
a
mean?
lot of important
Yes,
games
Grubb.
to talk about.
Yeah, what does that
today.
mean? I don't
I just mean
understand
like
what
if
that
fuck it
means.
up.
we kind of just suck this episode. It's all right. Like,
Well,
no
If
one's
we
like,
can't.
suck.
No,
but, like, I'm not gonna like
we
throw
can't-
in
we-
the towel.
we
I'm not saying
cannot-
we, like deliberately try to make it bad. I'm just saying that like I don't have high hopes.
I always
Really?
have high hopes. I can't
Is there
start
a
at the
direction?
bottom. I'm already
Is
there.
Grubb, is there a bad direction you wanted to go in?
Oh,
I mean, I know
you
it's one.
you seem to be anxious to like approach one. I don't know. What do you have one in your eye?
Well, I could go. Look, if we're going all the way bad, I could go litigate the whole thing again. But if
you
we
see
want
what
to
you
not
did, Jeff?
relitigate
Oh,
our
I don't wanna do
arguments we've
whatever you're
had
thinking.
about,
I don't want to do this. This seems
then,
scary.
then I just want to say I had one. I could relitigate the whole thing. I got notes on Mike's list of mainline Mario rankings.
Oh my god, who cares?
No,
Who
then
cares?
let me just do the
That
one
bad.
thing. Then let me
You
just
get
bring up the
one.
one thing. Then
get
if we're not
one.
relitigating,
Okay.
Bowser's Fury has more of an argument for being mainline than
Yeah.
3D World.
Bowser's Fury is not in the our back end, so I couldn't include it.
I know, but I'm saying it has more of an argument for being mainline than 3D World does. It's not
Wow.
mainline, but it's closer than 3D World is.
Okay, that's yeah. I actually will not talk to you about the whole 3D world. It's not mainline. It is. It's like.
It
It's
is
like,
a
oh, well, let's
progression
have a
of
reasonable
the
conversation with a
3D
flat
lineage.
earther.
It is a progression of the 3D lineage of the Mario franchise, whereas 3D World is an offshoot. It's very much more in line
That
with
makes
mainline.
perfect sense. We all understand. That's great. Yes, I don't know. Jeff, we had a fun time at your house, right? It's having a sleepover.
I'll take that as a white flag. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely a white flag of some sort, Dan. That's true.
Yeah, that was great. It worked really well. You just came over, got set up, and it was cool. Then we went to Top Golf and had a good time
Yeah.
there.
We did have a good time. We got to play the Sonic mini game, which is kind of like a kid mode version of Top Golf because the Sonic characters was kind of jump and do the home spin dash thing.
It's the bumper bowl. It's the bumper bowling at Top Golf. Yeah.
I could use some bumper bowls. The Angry Bird game was surprisingly really fun because you do just sort of play Angry Birds with golf. That works pretty well, it turns out.
Yeah, and it just like gives you like because there's a bunch of these big targets on the like shoot targets out there in the real world, and then it kind of lines up with those. So you're just trying to like, okay, if I hit it like in that part of the big yellow target, I'll probably get to hit those structures over there, and that was quite fun. It was also cool to like just kind of like, I haven't swung a golf club in a long time. Let me see, look at these numbers and try to dial things in and get a little bit better. And we were getting better throughout the day. It was great.
Oh, nice. How you driving? You driving well? You doing well?
so
You
Jeff
Jeff
slicing?
did, to be clear, Jeff did much better than me. I want the record to show. He beat me in every game.
It
Okay.
took me a minute to like get my swing down. I was starting off like real weak, and then I'm like, okay, I'm not like swinging my weight into the ball as I shift from right to left. I'm not doing that at all. Once I started doing that, I kind of got up to like a somewhat decent for using their club. 180, 190 was my longest carry. Like, so it's like I would like to get to 200 carry, but I'm like,
Sure.
We have to explain what.
You're big enough. If you swung the
Yes.
club correctly, you could drive a ball 260.
I was watching those clips. I'm like, oh, I was not following through the way I needed to be. That's like one of the big sins there. But yeah, I started at like 140 at the day, so like ending the day at 185 ish. Well, I was like, okay, if I had kept going, I would have been much better off.
Hell yeah.
All right, Dan, go ahead. Ask the question.
Is Top Golf like Monkey Target?
There's monkey target
yes.
stuff at Topgolf. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
So there's, like,
No, I
different
mean
games
the
you can
monkey
play.
target, because I saw the clips and you're hitting balls and there's the circles, the colored circles.
clips.
going
It's
on.
a-
That is how the monkey target minigame and monkey ball
Yeah, so
works.
there's
Yes.
different modes you can play at Topgolf, and one of them is basically monkey target.
It's
yeah.
a
Oh, yeah. Super fun.
gamified driving range, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds fun.
Yeah.
And what's great is, like, your pod, you have a table and you have a server, and so you just order drinks and food the entire time you're there.
Right.
And so you just have a nice person bringing you wings and beer while you're driving golf balls. We were able to put the Masters on. It was the last day of that, so we got to watch the Masters at Topgolf. It was
Whoa.
a very pleasant experience.
That's awesome.
Yeah, real good.
Yeah.
Golf's impossible, but that's awesome.
Yeah, like we were pulling up, and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "This is bowling for people who hate themselves." It's like all it really is at Top.
I was
It's
going to say,
insane.
I enjoy it more than bowling these days.
Really?
Golf?
Yeah. Top golf specifically.
Yeah.
it does get expensive. It's like not like so. It's like it's going to be the more expensive of all of those things of going to a driving range, going to a bowling alley, and the server is aggressive because they do want to charge you as much per hour as they possibly
Right,
can.
yeah.
But
Sure.
it was definitely worth it for Mike coming into town. We're hanging out. We need a break. Let's go do that, and then we go do 6 hours of recording after that. It was a real good way to get our bodies moving and hanging out, and I don't regret it at all. Pretty
Yeah,
good stuff.
yeah.
Do you do course, like golf or no?
I've done it like once at like a par 3. I would like to, but it's just
like a pitch and putt you did?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I have a 20-year plan. I'm going to get into golf when I'm 50, but I need to start working on my drive.
Wait,
Uh,
what do you mean a
Mike, they
20-year
normally
plan?
people
Well,
that
then
get
at
into
60
golf get
Yeah,
into
so
golf
Mike,
now, so they're good
Explain
later.
the whole thing from the beginning. Like you have markers on your timeline going forward of
Right.
like when you're going to get into certain things.
So I'm
Go ahead
going
and lay
to
that out
get
for
into
everybody.
golf when I'm 50. And in the meantime, I need to work on my drive and stuff so I'll be able to actually play. And then 60, this is a 20-year plan, is when I'm going to really get into fishing.
Yes.
So fishing is going to be my
Oh,
thing at
that's
60.
smart. That is
It's just
smart.
some friendly free advice here about the golf in 50, Mike. I would like I feel like it's going to be a tough thing to just jump right into at 50 having none of
Yeah, your
the
hips,
experience leading
Mikey.
up to that. You know,
That's
you
why,
gotta-
yeah. I mean, look, I'll go golfing before it, right? I'll get some of those muscles. Trust
It's
me,
not going to be his
I'm
main
very,
hobby.
I'm very sore from just doing the driving
That's
the other
good.
day.
That's
so
good.
I
That's a
know.
good sore.
Yeah.
That's a good
It's a
sore.
good sore.
Mikey, you should have
But,
saved
yeah.
those portal hula hoops and just practice those with your hips to like strengthen the hip
I could
muscles.
That's
never
not a bad
hula
idea.
hoop. I've
Hula
never been
hooping
able
is
to
an
do it.
optical illusion.
Yeah,
Guys,
no one's
you
ever
don't
really
know
done it.
this. I've done this.
You can't. No one can do it.
I
Well,
can
I
do
didn't
it.
think I was a
Really?
liar.
You're lying. You're lying.
No, I
Wait,
could
what
do
do you
it
mean?
from the
Like-
top to the bottom and then like do the
No.
foot skip
I just-
thing.
Yeah, you played
I-
Wii Fit.
I put it on my body, and it's like
Just
everything
fall?
stops making sense, and so I just don't believe it. That's
You can
where I'm
maybe
at.
get like almost around the circle once, and then everyone just falls to the floor.
I
Wait.
understand I'm being obstinate, but that's just the way it is. Yeah.
So this is like a good way to stun lock these guys, Jan. Just like
Yeah.
put them in a
Oh,
hula
yeah.
hoop, and all of a sudden they
Oh,
just flop
like a
around on the
cat.
floor.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm logging all of this information as well.
Yeah,
It's
this
like
is
when
good.
you put like duct tape on a cat's paws or something. That's what it would be like for me. I'd be like,
That sounds fun. I did like a weird sports this weekend too. I did bowling, but it was like incredibly high tech bowling to the point that it was annoying.
Oh, like,
Did you have to
Did they-
hack something before you could hit the pins?
Well, basically, right? So they do a thing where they offer alternative games, right, other than traditional bowling, where they're like, oh, you can do, like an archery game. I don't know. There's like all these kinds of strange video games tied around scoring and bowling. But it was Div's birthday, and he had a couple friends, and they just wanted to do traditional bowling. I came to realize like this was like Brooklyn Bowl. I don't know if you've ever been there, but Brooklyn Bowl has a system where like everything is acoustically modified, and the bowling system that they use is like designed to be quieter. And all the pins are on strings as well. It's not candle pin bowling. It's not
So-
it's regulation bowling, but
Right.
the pins are on strings, which give you false scores all the time because a string will like whip
Right.
around and
This is
knock
a
a pin
problem.
down. Yeah,
This
it's
is, but
dumb as
bowlers
hell.
hate this. Yes.
Yeah.
So the reason this is happening is I just saw a video about this the other day. There's the old Brunswick bowling pin machines
Right.
that are in the back there that will scoop up the pins and set them down and
Yeah.
give you all the awesome sounds of bowling that you go there for, because that's the huge part of it. Is it just sounds cool to be at
Yeah.
a bowling alley. That stuff's very expensive to maintain and becoming
Yes.
more expensive. It's like
A lot of parts can go bad.
like $6,000 a month on maintenance, and so It's like, okay, everyone's replacing these with the newer, simpler, more boring, sound worse pins on ropes that
We
just
gotta
like,
do
get
better.
picked up and set. Yeah, and it's like
We
so
gotta
we're
do
just
better.
kind of making the sport worse to keep it
Yeah.
viable.
I realize why Brooklyn Bowl did it, because they're a concert venue and they like want to have bowling going on while there's a
Sure.
band playing. Like that's fine. But if this is like your main attraction, you don't do that. I mean, the amount of money this place must have spent on everything, because they not only do they have that. Meanwhile, you're bowling. And all of a sudden, like all the lights go out mid-roll. You're like, what the? What is this?
Oh, it's like a rave?
You can't. Yeah, it's like a rave. You can't even see the arrows on the lane. You're just like, am I meant to take this seriously, or am I just having like a mozzarella stick sort of version of this? Like that's kind of what it was.
I wouldn't mind
That's an
that.
incredible way of denigrating something. Just
Yeah.
call it a mozzarella stick.
It's like
version.
mozzarella
that was a
stick and
compliment.
chicken fingers. No,
Instantly
it's
adding that to my lexicon. Fucking mozzarella stick of a video game.
Yeah, way to mozzarella stick this
Crimson
down.
Desert.
Yeah. so I'm pissed off. I didn't bowl as well as I should have. I still did okay, but it's just like annoying and I hate it. But there was also this very high-tech miniature golf thing that I have to talk about. It
Okay.
uses like lasers and ball tracking and all this. Like they have really leveled up with the mini golf. Where you basically sign in on a tablet before you go, and there's a meter that's running out, and you have to finish the hole before, and how quickly you finish the hole dictates how many points you get, on top of the multipliers and the bonus shots that you do mid-hole. So you'll tee off, and there'll be like a level. There was one level that was like a roller coaster, right? And if you landed in the correct roller coaster rail, you got 150,000 points. If you went, it was very, very cool.
That
And
sounds
and it kept score and teams and stuff.
Yeah.
So Stacey and I took on the 3 kids, and it was a lot of fun. That shit was awesome.
I know why you like this so much, because it sounds like big pinball.
It is a little big pinball, yeah. Yes, Media Molecules discarded entry, little big pinball, never made it to prime time. But no, I just like there's something very kinetic about it, and the fact that it like mostly works. We played 18 holes, and there was like maybe 1 or 2 that were like a little banged up, that weren't performing the way they should. But overall, the experience was really, really cool.
Do you see it like represented in like reality? Like are the like floors like lit up or something, or is it sort of AR stuff? Like you look up at a screen to show you where the bonus points are?
So it's not as advanced as that. Maybe I was overselling the sort of tracking issue of it. They're not exactly like tracking your ball. You could use any ball you want. Everyone must go and finish the hole in one shot. So they're not tracking strokes. They're not tracking much of anything else aside from like, are you hitting these bonus shots and the time it takes to complete. So you could honestly, you should play with a hockey stick, because you're sort of just doing that. You're just
puck handle it down the
and that's what all these kids are doing anyway, because it's like, it doesn't matter how many strokes, it just matters how quickly I finish the hole. But the second the ball goes in the thing, it knows, it's like, hey, you scored this was your bonus. And at the end, it's like, oh wow, I got 4 million mini golf points. That's pretty cool.
Love mini golf points.
It's dope. It was dope. Other than that, the bowling left a little bit to be desired. But man, they had some really fancy screens up there. I like that.
This weekend, I solicited the help of the community because some friends were having a PowerPoint party to celebrate a friend's birthday.
Oh, very good.
And I employed the Jesse Vitelli method of just linking a blank document for folks to edit, and then I went into it sight unseen. And boy, howdy, let me tell you, I'm very proud of the GB audience. And let me just say, I think because of this job, a lot of us are maybe much better at improv than we may believe. Because I opened that that presentation, the very first slide. Let me pull it up here. I'm linking it here in chat.
I added something as well.
Very crab heavy, yeah.
Very crab heavy. And I was concerned because the first words I saw on the first slide was, getting loaded up on the goon.
What the hell is this?
That's just art.
It's art. And then I learned, it's crab ragoon.
Crab ragoon.
Yeah.
That's what gooners are now.
It's mostly just cream cheese, Mike.
Yeah, I like it.
Very crab heavy presentation.
I then had to explain who these random people were. I'm like, no, these are my coworkers. That's Dan, that's Grubb. Grubb as Knuckles, but Knuckles Crab. So shouts out to y'all, the folks at home, for crafting a lovely PowerPoint presentation for me. Boys, anything else happen?
Yeah, before we move on from too much from the golf, I do we did watch the Masters, me and Mike, and I'm not going to go into it too much. I just want to ask you guys, when do you guys think Augusta National let in its first female member?
It's going to be concerningly
now,
late.
Just to give you actually, you want to do it? Let's do this one. When do you think it let in its first black person?
30 years ago.
80s.
That's
Still
close.
never.
1990. It was 1990.
Close.
Yeah,
90s?
30 years ago.
1890s?
Is that rough?
You sure
All
it's not
right.
1890?
It was 1990. Okay, so then when do they let in their first woman member?
10
Is
years
there a
ago.
2 as the first number?
There is.
1975.
Nope,
it's
but two
gotta
is
be
the first number.
It's gonna be like 2008 or something.
20.
2 is the first number?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think 2012.
It's 2012. August 2012. It was Condoleezza Rice. Yes.
Condoleezza Rice?
So they had to break all the rules with
Didn't
Condoleezza.
expect the next part.
I was gonna have you guys.
What a
all right, but
trailblazer.
I don't want to deal with that.
She
Yeah,
was
what
also
a-
the first women's intercontinental champion as well. Yeah.
If you
What
were
a-
walking around not thinking that golf is the most racist sport on earth, you're a fucking moron.
it reminds me so much of that scene in Lincoln where they're like debating ending slavery, and then like, what's next? The woman vote, and they all just freak out. It's
Yeah, that's funny.
It's still just that.
Wow, that's incredible.
No.
Incredible stuff.
It's got a great vibe, but boy, every time I look at it too closely, I'm like, oh yeah, golf.
Yeah, don't look behind the curtain there.
You know
It's
what?
rough back there.
Now I am going to get super into golf and make everyone around me
In
that
spite.
plays it out of
Yeah.
spite.
Yeah, make them really uncomfortable.
Exactly.
I shouldn't do this.
Do it.
Why? Then
Yeah,
why?
honestly,
Then why?
Mike,
Why
there's-
bring it up?
Listen, straight up, there's not a lot of people who say that. And I'm like, yeah, you
Right?
should.
We have so
But
many
you're one of
games to
these
talk
people.
about today. We have
And I'm like,
so
yeah, you
many
should.
games. We have
All right,
so many
should.
games to talk about.
Jan, you cut this conversation off to start talking about games. Whenever I have one question, because Dan took my Mario tier list and crossed out everything he thought wasn't mainline, and of course the usual suspects. Dan, why is the Japanese Super Mario Brothers 2 not mainline?
Well, I'm talking about the North American mainline series.
Oh, it's racist.
Also, that game is horseshit.
Oh, it's bad. I put it at the bottom.
I don't think you can be racist on the moon. Shouts out to the Artemis 2 crew for getting home safe. God, how inspiring is it to go into space and see how small we are? And boy, do you see a lot of that in Pragmata, which I believe all of us except
Are
Grubb
you?
has played.
What was
Correct. And
that?
I'm going to be playing it Friday for the Giant Bomb's Mike Minotti's launch look.
I 100%ed it and the post game stuff, and I'm going to start New Game Plus, and that
Wow.
game is fucking incredible.
Mike-
I love that game.
Mike Minotti has a review on the website right now, but Jesus dang Christ, guys, this is the most video game
Yes.
in the best ways possible. Sean had a thread about it on Blue Sky that I really enjoyed hearing his thoughts, and I think this might be up there in one of my favorite third-person shooters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's one of those that I was pleased from the moment I took control of that game, because I had only really seen screenshots and cinematic trailers, and so I assumed you were going to be a big clunky guy. And then as soon as I started, it's I got to jump and a hover and a dash, and it's
Yeah.
just and this hacking thing is fucking awesome. I instantly fell in love with it, and it does not the hacking thing doesn't get old. They add things to it at a really good kind of drip feed throughout the game.
Yeah.
That just
Well,
keeps
describe
it
what that
engaging
is.
till the end.
That's
Mike,
describe what it is.
Mike, do you want to explain that?
Yeah, so the game it's a sort of a hybrid. It's a Henry Hatsworth
Or A World
um,
Ends With You.
or World Ends With You so you have your third person shooter stuff. So your typical, all right, aim, shoot. You're aiming for the weak spots, and you kind of have to maybe dodge enemy attacks with your dash. But most enemies aren't going to take much damage unless they've been hacked first. And you hack them with the other character, Diane, who's kind of riding on your back. So when you're locking onto a character, this hacking grid shows up, and it's kind of sort of a maze. And you use the face buttons on your controller or just your mouse if you're doing mouse and keyboard. And you sort of navigate this maze to move across the tiles, and you're trying to just get to the green node. So just right, down, right. But on your way, you can pass through bonus nodes that will do more damage with the hack, or you even kind of have these pickup items that will do things like, pass through this node on your way, and the enemy is going to be frozen for a little bit,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
oh, now your hack will target multiple people. And that's kind of like the baseline of it, and it gets more mechanics get added on top of that, and the hacking and the shooting can even interact with each other. Like, oh, I'll use this gun because it's going to make the hacking more effective, or this enemy put up some red shield. It's not just protecting his weak point. If there's a giant red part of the hacking grid now that won't go away until I destroy this shield.
Yeah.
Or you can tell, like, the way you can like do two things at this, like walk and chew gum in this game is incredible, because like you have this like charge kind of sniper rifle thing that's really good against like flying enemies. So like you can start charging it and aiming, and at the same time, while you're holding in R2, you are doing the hack with the face buttons. So as soon as you basically open the enemy up and open the shields, you can let go of your previously charged sniper shot. And like, it just feels like it all works in tandem in a way that like, wow, I can't believe like just the controller and my hands like don't get in the way of each other with this, you know?
They really spice up the hacking, because it isn't just always that maze system that Mike talked about dealing with the enemies, because there will occasionally be like these sentries that shoot off missiles, and the missiles travel slower, so you can quickly pan over, look at the missile, hack that in a different style mini game, and send that back towards someone. And that kind of also opens up the further you get into the game of like shooting stuff back at enemies.
It's very frenetic, and it's like while you're hacking too. I mean, the enemies are still attacking you, so sometimes you'll be in the middle of a hack and you think you're focusing on that, and you'll notice in the corner of your eye that one of the enemies is about to charge you. Or Diana will even be like, "Hey, jump, Hugh!" It's like, "Oh, okay, I'll jump right now and avoid that attack." So it is, it's a multitasking game, and I really like those.
Spin and play.
Like
And then you start to unlock mods and upgrade your suit and your abilities and stuff.
New weapons.
Your weapons, and one of my favorite ones is this has a very satisfying finisher also. Of once you do enough damage, or sometimes like you crit an enemy, they'll just like hunch over, and then you just slam on RT and just like Hugh jets over and bops them.
Take this.
Yeah.
I think, I overall, I like how kind of dumb it all is, because I feel like I was not expecting, I don't know. I think the way they kind of debuted this, they made it feel a little more kind of serious, right? Like, I think, and that's the only thing that I was sort of, I don't know if I was like looking for that. It all suffice to say, I just don't care for the story that much. I don't think the story is very interesting, but I do really enjoy the moment to moment and the running around. I think it is surprisingly a thing that does not get old. I thought the whole hacking hybrid system was going to be like, ugh, again, I got to do this. But no, they keep it fresh enough where it's like, this is really fun. They're using it in smart ways, and they do a good job of kind of like dog feeding you, where you, like you said, they kind of modify the hacking experience, especially with all the things you can do to change how it works for you. Smart. I am surprised by this. I went into this being like, what is this fucking dumbass moon bullshit? And I am digging it. I am a really big fan. I don't know if I'm as obsessively inclined to 100% the entire thing, because I know they kind of they do kind of gate some of the collectibles and things that you'll realize that you can go back to areas you've already played through and collect all that shit. But the moment to moment and kind of seeing it through has definitely synced with me, where it's like, I got to finish this thing.
I'll say they do make it really easy to go back, because it's like the lightest of Metroidvania elements, where it's like you get this thing that clears out this stuff, and it's very easy to warp back to a certain spot where you see you only have 3 out of 5 of these boxes or whatever. But Backlar, to your point about the story, like I was ready to kind of hate the story. I
like her. I like Deanna. I like the girl.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be like more obnoxious in the way that I hated a lot of the stuff in like Ragnarok with Atreus and the head and all that shit. But I think she works great for the story and the gameplay, the hacking, obviously. I do think it really sticks the landing on the story. I won't go into details on that.
Yeah,
but I think
you would think it's all about 3D printing. You think
I think the setting is more
for it.
The setting is more interesting than the story itself, because I like the idea of like, okay, they put a bunch of AI on the moon and you're going to check it out and it's just kind of gone amok and it's like trying to recreate what it thinks life on Earth is like. So it's like trying to recreate a Times Square, but it's all fucked up with like, taxi cabs on the walls and stuff like that and like printing errors, like looking like taxis are like melting into the sky. And like a lot of it is just like AI trying to understand what Earth and humans are like, including Diana, with her asking Hugh a lot of questions like, what is love and what is this? And him just like very nicely having to explain humanity to this android.
Yeah.
This robot.
I think the plot's kind of the plot, right? And that's fine. I think it's back heavy in terms of like when it gets more intriguing, and maybe even like in general, back heavy is when it gets more interesting. But it's the characters in the setting that are really intriguing. Like Diana, again, a character who could be really annoying. There's a reason why a lot of people don't put young children in video games. It's hard to do that. It's hard to make that feel authentic. I don't know who the voice actress is, but it sounds like it's an actual child to me. So whether it is one or someone who's able to do that, they did a really good job. It doesn't come off as kind of creepy or off-putting. It's actually kind of adorable. Like,
it is,
if you talk to Diana enough in your kind of hub area, she'll do things like, look, I drew us a picture of us together. I'm like, that's very sweet. Thank you. I appreciate that. I will protect you.
I also love that her name is Diana. Like it might as well be like Gertrude or like Mark. You know what I mean? Like,
well,
I think that's
even like the
funny.
collectibles. Even like the collectibles you're getting like kind of play to that, like her trying to understand Earth life and humanity. Because like you'll be getting these echoes, or I forget if that's what they call them, but basically REM, you'll get these like memories or whatever that you can 3D print, and it's stuff like here's like an old CRT TV, or here's like a beach set or something. Here's like stuff kids would play with, like a campground type thing or whatever, and that's building out in your shelter, like the hub area. So the more of these collectibles you're getting, she kind of has like a child's playroom over here with balloons and stuff like that you're 3D printing for her to kind of make it seem like an actual child's bedroom.
I think the thing sorry, Michael, just real quick. I think the thing that helps Diana as a character feel more competent than other little kid characters is that she is an integral part of the gameplay. And she's not too yappy like how Atreus can be. And I've never found her to be like super whiny or anything.
No.
And even in like the story, like in like the little cutscenes when Hugh has to run away from something, she's never like, oh no, oh gosh, Hugh, you have to help me. She's like competent, like, no, I got this. Let me just like 000111111, and then she hits her Capri Sun vape USB drive.
I love that. Was funny as hell. That. And that's the thing. It works. They're able to cheat a little bit because like she's not real, right? So it's like, at least where I'm, 5 hours in, I'm told she's a robot, and you get away with like having your cake and eat it too, where it's like, I don't need to worry about you, motherfucker. At the end of the day, like,
it is not an escort mission.
No,
this is not Ashley and RE4. It's not that. There's nothing.
You're here to help me fuck shit up, so that's cool.
And she'll talk to you, and like I said, she'll give you some advice, like during combat, like, oh, dodge this, but she's not going to tell you how to solve a puzzle or something like that. She's not going to be like, oh, are you an idiot? Do you need to tell me how to do this? The relationship with her and Hugh is really nice. I think Ken Shepard on the Kotaku review was like, this is a dad game for dads who actually like their kids, and that's a great way of putting it. Like, there isn't this whole like Act 1. The adult fucking hates this child, right?
There is that thing at the very beginning that I was dreading, because like you go in with like your Moon Crew dudes, and one guy is like saying something about his kids, and your guy Hugh is like, "Oh, you got kids? That sucks for you." And the other guy's like, "Best thing that ever happened to me." And it's like,
title drop. It's like, oh, this is what the game's about. Okay,
exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Right. And exactly. They do that. And so you worry it's going to be like, oh, he's going to like have to really be won over by this kid. I think it's much more realistic that the paternal instinct kicks in almost immediately, and they start bonding very soon. Of course, that bond deepens. But like, the kind of father-daughter relationship thing is done really well here. And it's like not to totally discount what things like Last of Us do. I think that is pretty good drama, and like there's reasons why the guy whose daughter died had a hard time accepting the daughter. But since then, we have seen that quite a bit, I think, and this is just a nice spin on it.
Yeah, I think I've grown very tired of the whole lone wolf and cub trope that is just like blasted all over media, and having Diana so earnestly curious about everything also just makes me like, oh yeah, you know what? Snack time is good. You should high five people. That's sick. And then
Yeah.
like, even though she is this highly intelligent cyborg AI thing, she still has wonder. Like an early scene is, she sees like a holographic cat. She was like, oh, let me go chase this cat. Oh shit, cats are sick.
Yeah.
And then
No, I think the jury's still out with her on that. I don't know if she.
well,
I don't know if she's like
and then
totally into them.
with
We'll see.
Hugh,
The sequel, maybe.
with Hugh, he's never quite annoyed of like, oh God, like this is a cat or like that's a clock. These are mannequins. He's like,
Right.
well, this is something that I have on Earth. Earth is
Yeah.
kind of like fucked up, but
He
we're
basically
trying.
explains
He's got
things to the
interesting
child.
patience.
And he's kind of a dope, but he is like a likable dope.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
very,
he's just
like,
he's an everyman. He's like he's just there for his job, right? He's like, I thought I was just going to fix a communication satellite, blah blah blah, right?
Yeah.
And all this weird stuff's happening.
Yeah.
At a glance, you would think it's like, oh, this is a boring generic protagonist, but like he does like I liked him by the end for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember his name. It's Hugh.
Hugh.
So just my question would be, and you guys talked about this a little bit, but I'm not this person. But the criticisms I've heard, you guys have touched on it, the story, the people that come to a game like this for narrative, do you expect them to then be won over by the characters that you guys do think is strong, and then the gameplay, or is someone who's very narrative first going to be like, oh, it's fun, but it's not for me because I'm here for a story that's well told?
Yeah, that's my point, right? I think they maybe saying misled is a little too harsh, but I do think they kind of like portrayed a narrative that maybe wasn't there, or at least where I'm at in the game is not like there.
Yeah, I think it gets a bit back heavy with some of that stuff. Yeah,
It is a action game first and foremost.
Yeah, when I got into the regular loop and I came to understand like, okay, this is what's happening here, I felt like that did not meet the sort of importance that I thought this was going to be going into this, which is fine though, because the action makes up for all that shit. It's fun. It's just like a fun thing to be in, and it's got a look to it that like reminds me a lot of like the later parts in RE9 when you're in that underground facility, a lot of like white spaces and very sterile sort of stuff.
Well,
yeah.
Early on, I think it does, and that was my worry. Is like, oh, is it all going to be on sterile white, spacecraft and stuff like that? But like, no, that whole like Times Square area, and I won't say where further ones go, but like there is a variety there that I really
they do a good job. Again, 3D printing, so they can kind of like, there's a reason why things can get really weird here. But even when it is just a moon base, it's a really cool looking moon base.
It's
and whenever
gorgeous.
whenever you're somewhere where you can like see Earth, every time like, wow, that's really cool.
The scale that they play with also, right? Like, you'll see these gigantic communication towers or, the boss battles, folks at home, gorgeous, amazing. It like plays with like the scale and how tiny Hugh and Diana are in a fun way, but it never feels like inapproachable of like, this is just like a big dude.
And some of the settings, like the Times Square area in particular, there was a part where it's like, there's just a million billboards and things like that and LED screens everywhere. And I was looking at a bunch of stuff and I was like, this looks like AI art. But then I was like, well, I feel like Capcom as a company has been pretty vocally anti-AI. And so I looked it up, and I think that there was some interview or something that the devs made where they were like, no, we wanted it to be, because like narratively, this is AI on the moon trying to recreate Earth. So it's humans, actual developers, made this to look like AI slop, which I think is that must have been a really cool assignment for them.
That's fun.
Like,
yes, I like that a lot.
By hand. Yeah.
But Grubb, going back to your question, I think the characters are just so strong enough that even if the narrative from the jump isn't super strong, because I agree with Mike that it is a little bit back heavy, parentheses positive, I think the characters and wanting to see that relationship deepen. And guys, we haven't talked about the third character. They did Claptrap, but good.
Oh,
Cabin. What's his name? Cabin Boy?
Cabin's a good dude.
Cabin's great.
Yeah, he's just a screen with a hat. And which of course
put. Yeah.
Of course, this, the main like friend character in a game where you have a little girl is just a screen. That makes sense. But yeah, he kind of controls your little hub area, and the hub area is great because
I love it.
You go back there even during missions to sort of restock, where you buy all of your upgrades for the characters, for the weapons. And like Cabin has this little like bingo grid, and you use collectibles kind of unlock nodes on the grid, which will unlock some items, even just info about the enemies. And if you like make a line, you can unlock more stuff. There's also the challenges, which there's challenges in this game, but they're really fun. It's like, defeat all these enemies, and if you get bonuses if you do it in this much time, or if you do it with without getting hit, things like that. Or sometimes they're platforming challenges, like get from here to there, but a bonus if you shoot the 5 boxes on the way. So it's fun to do, but they are also very rewarding. You get a ton of the kind of crafting materials if you do it. So it's very much worth your time.
Yeah, so whenever a new set of like 3 or 4 of those would unlock, like I would not go any further in the main story until I got perfect rating on every one of those. Because yeah, you get all these things, you get coins for the bingo thing, you get all these upgrade materials. So like super worth doing and also super fun. Like if I have one complaint about those is some of the platforming ones. Like I don't think platforming is the game's strongest suit.
No.
It's not bad, but like some of the things have like, you know, moving platforms and small platforms and you have to like go between these lasers and dash and stuff. Can get a little frustrating, but they're all doable.
He magnetizes to the kind of I'm going to grab the ledge and pull myself up thing. So sometimes that kind of gets in your way a little bit. Yeah.
Yep.
Folks, if you want to hear more or see Mike's full thoughts and ideas about Pragmata, I suggest you go read the review. We'll have a quick look up, and then Grubb is going to do a 3-2-1 launch look this Friday evening, correct, Grubb?
That's right. Yeah, after UPF, I'll do it the time Mike normally does it, like 6 p.m. Eastern.
Beautiful.
Good question in the chat asking about how long the playthrough is. So to beat the game, get 100% of the collectibles, 100% all of the virtual missions and stuff like that. And there is like a cool post-game thing that's a pretty beefy amount of stuff. I was at around like 17 or 18 hours for the whole thing. If you just want to beat the story, probably do that in a dozen hours or so.
Yeah, for me to beat the game and like get a good amount of the stuff on the way and do a lot of the challenges, Steam time is 13 hours. So about Resident Evil game length, honestly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's exactly what I want.
And I see people complaining about like a 10 to 15 hour game and it being like $70 to $80.
Yeah, that comes up every time, huh?
Wait for it to come on sale. I think it is worth it to check it out.
Also, like, shut up. I just don't want to hear it. Like, I mean, I get it. Everyone's got their own opinion, but then just don't buy it. I don't know. I want more of these games. And it's like, if this is not for you, then it's not for you. I don't think it's like, they shouldn't make games of this length. This is a negative quality for this game. It absolutely isn't.
Because like it feels great, right? Like Dan, like you mentioned, I was worried initially that this would be super clunky, but Hugh is like, despite like being decked out in space tech suits, he is very mobile and flexible. But speaking about space.
But real quick, it's a $60 game apparently. It's a budget game now, right? That's a budget.
Oh my god, what a bargain! Oh my god,
like
what
NFL 2K5 basically.
Speaking about space, our own Jeffrey Baclar, you headed to space and the cinema.
Yeah, I did. I saw the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Is that what it's called? The Galaxy movie?
Yes, it is called the Super Mario Galaxy movie.
Has anyone else seen it? Oh, Grubb, you saw it.
I saw it. Mike saw it.
Mikey?
I think I can't remember if Jan saw it.
So I will report back. I did sit for this movie. I was
in a recliner
versus stand.
Yeah, he said he was going to stand in the back instead of sit in those recliners where the others sit.
That's right. That's right.
I'm not going to say what I said about Dan to you, but
so I get there, I'm looking at the thing. I'm just like, okay, I think I can make this work. I brought my own sheets.
Okay,
so
sure.
That helped.
You wore the full body condom from Naked Gun. Yeah,
exactly. I look like Dustin Hoffman in Outbreak. And that ruled, so that was fine. The movie-going experience, depending on who you ask, has sort of changed a lot. I see movies fairly regularly, a couple times a year, so it's not like, oh my God, there's commercials now. Like, that's not a surprise to me. What I will say is, guys, and we talked about this briefly, and I know I'm going to get it, and you have to let me explain.
Okay.
This movie theater seemed, I don't want to say broken, but I know for a fact that the volume was turned up too loud for this movie.
You're saying the movie was too loud, right?
Yes.
Wow. We've reached that.
It's not, now look, loud stuff doesn't bother me. Well,
44, 45, when does that happen?
44 Club is when you start to be upset about the noise.
44th in chat, please.
Listen, okay. It was broken. They screwed up. They presented it too loud.
Were the kids annoyed?
Yeah, they were like, this seems loud. Like they were. It wasn't a packed theater by any stretch, but people were like, should we go tell somebody? Like, should we tell somebody? Like it was obviously someone like either rubbed up and put it up to 10. I don't know what happened, but
Did Dib say it was too loud?
Yes, he was like, that seemed loud, wasn't? Yeah, I was like, yes, it was loud, man. You're not wrong. Because like even for dialogue, you're just like, I can't hear fucking Charlie Day this loud. This is so stupid. What's going on? This thing's broken. Oh my God. I don't look, it's fine. I knew right away because the trailers were on so freaking loud. And you're just like, usually they put the volume down a little bit for those. And I knew right away it was stuck.
The movie itself, though, I heard is a very subtle kind of like mood piece, like ambient music. So probably not that bad during the movie.
Yeah, I was hopeful that I might have fallen asleep during it.
It's like a Terrence Malick film. Absolutely.
I see. Yeah. Okay, great.
The exact opposite is true. It is basically just like 100 minutes of like non-stop sort of like nightmare nostalgia,
a cacophony of noises and sounds and visuals.
That's how everyone describes it. Can someone take a stab at just giving me the 3-sentence synopsis of the plot?
Rosalina gets attacked by Bowser Jr. She needs to
Why is he attack her?
Because
she's got
She's gonna power a space cannon.
She's got magic inside her that could be used to power the Super Mario version of the nuclear bomb. And
she's got nukes. Is this the allegory?
Yes, this is the allegory.
No, I want to be clear. This movie is not about anything bigger.
This movie does not know allegories are a thing.
Yeah, it doesn't. It makes
they think it's a man named Al Gore. It's about Al.
Al Gore's.
It's fine though because we've been shown that Nintendo and Illumination have no desire to enter any sort of like category of meaningful exposition or like. This is not what this is. We understand the mission. To make money. Yeah, the mission. The mission is to just like empty your wallets, folks. That's it. That's all you're getting here. You're not getting any like feeling or emotion. It's just like porcelain.
There has to be some. Okay, so she's got a star cannon. Bowser wants to stop it. And then you're already doing too much. You're already charitable.
She is the energy source. Bowser Jr. has the cannon, and then
he wants the cannon. Oh, right. He wants the ammo. She's the cannonball.
She's the battery.
Yes, they're sucking out her space cosmic juice because she's a princess, and therefore she can power their universe-ending cannon.
What does he want to do with the cannon?
He wants
to everything.
The universe.
Now has to make his dad proud.
Why?
Make his dad
Great
proud.
Question.
Make Bowser happy.
So it's like when like Shane McMahon would jump off a tall thing to try to impress his dad, but it never worked, right?
Yeah, you're giving them too much credit. Honestly, though, I'll say this. I think I like this one more than the first one.
I mean, for what they are, sure. I think I agree. I think I like the references in the first one more, but I don't know. I think I was expecting more references in the second movie.
I kind of thought the whole like, oh, they really are from Brooklyn. I thought that stuff was just kind of stupid. I don't know. It just like
that was like my favorite part of the duology. I think maybe it's because it was the most like the live action movie. I don't know.
I just thought all that stuff was like, I don't know. It was fine, but for I do think they actually did some relatively fun stuff with like 2D and 3D and 8-bit. Like towards the end, like I thought that was actually a very well conceived sequence. I don't want to spoil it, but they do a fun kind of like dungeon level idea with a 2D and 3D world stuff, and I thought that was fine.
Yeah, those jokes work really well.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, that movie just ended in 14 seconds. Like they end that movie so quickly to the point where like Dylan was like, "Is that it? Like it's over now? Like they're just done with the whole thing? They won? Like yeah, I guess they won. I guess that's sort of it. I guess we go home now.
Cool.
Guess we have to leave.
It's fine. It's exactly what I thought it was. It's what it's. I just it was so loud. It was so loud that I like Stacy later on that day, she's like, I think that movie like rocked me. She's like, I think
like a wagon wheel.
It's like, yeah, exactly. She's like that. Seeing that movie was like kind of being in a relatively like low impact car accident. Like it was just sort of like, oh, I've got a little bit of whiplash from that thing, and I'm gonna feel it in the next couple hours. That's what that seeing. It was assaulting in a weird way.
Well,
other than that, it's fine.
Did the
Go see it with your kids. It's fine.
the gimmicks enjoyed it?
Mine did, absolutely. How did Dib feel about it?
Yeah, I think Dib was very critical of the end, the third act, or whatever you want to call that. You know, I think he was sort of just like, "Oh, that was weird. That ended real weird." And I'm like, "Yeah, it did kind of end all of a sudden, and they tied it up real nice in about, I'm not joking, 20 seconds."
Yeah, it does just end. Yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
And you're just sort of like, "Okay, is there a stinger?" Like,
The culminating battle is on par with all of the other big action sequences, and they don't connect in any real strong way. Yeah.
right. Yeah, I find there's a lot of this sort of stuff where like the finale is kind of like midway through the movie now. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like they're doing, or you start off with your best sequence and kind of like, you know,
Absolutely,
match
yes.
it 80%, 60%,
Oh, yeah.
40% as you move on. So that's kind of where they went with this one. You know, I think, look, it's what's fun is like, yeah, it's like the Galaxy game. Like there's so much of that, and a little bit of Odyssey, right?
It's
So
Starfield.
that's
Super Mario Brothers 2.
yeah, it's like, you know, that was really cool. Like I had to explain who that was to Stace. And I thought it was Sam Rockwell, but it wasn't. He sounds like Sam Rockwell. A little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sam
It's,
Rockwell's
Star
doing.
Fox?
it's Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell, right?
Glenn Powell.
Yeah. Oh, Sam Rockwell, I think, is going to be in Brad Bird's new movie at
Yeah, that sounds
wherever
right.
he is now.
I like
Yeah,
Sam
yeah.
Rockwell.
Sam
Yeah,
Rockwell's
Sam
great.
I've always
You ever
liked
seen
him.
Moon?
Have you seen Moon?
Moon's
Have you seen Moon?
great. I
Wow,
love it.
fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah,
expect
Moon's
Mike to like
awesome.
that. Wow.
Moon's
okay.
awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
Moon's
Great
fantastic.
film.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
glad that the kids enjoyed the movie. Speaking about kids, Jeff Grubb, Mike Minotti, you two this weekend were a couple of bullies out in
Yeah.
the academy here.
Yeah, so we recorded our endurance run of Bully. The plan was to do at least one weekend where we recorded as much as we could, and we actually got through it. So we completed the game. You're going to want to watch that. That's going to be the best way to get all this stuff. But I figure we'll talk about it here a little bit, Mike. I really enjoyed Bully. It really did come together in that moment when it went from here's the fall semester, and now we're going into Halloween, and the world got all decorated, and it's like, oh, this world does feel a little bit more alive because of that. Now I'm getting excited to see what Christmas looks like and all this other stuff, and it just, we're going to have these moments on the calendar to really emphasize this space and these characters in that space. And then it's like very much a Rockstar game still. It's got just the most, every time there's an opportunity for a character name, a joke, a storyline, it is just the most basic version of that because it's Rockstar writing. It's
Right, the nerd's going to be the most stereotypical nerd who likes Dungeons and Dragons and is awkward around girls, right? Yeah.
right. It's that all across the board. It's like, yeah, they just haven't really ever changed their writing on that stuff, and that's fine because it's also never bad. The quality level isn't like off the charts, but it's never like the bad version of this. I think the one thing pretty early on that we both me and Mike noticed is this game is very similar in structure to Leisure Suit Larry Box Office Bust.
Oh,
yes,
no.
actually, it's clear. Box Office Bust was clearly inspired by this game specifically.
Oh.
And this version of it is good because it's just, they don't ever waste your time. The missions you're going on, they're never, again, it's never the perfect version of running around and jumping and platforming or getting in combat, but it's a good, serviceable version of that. And they never overstay their welcome. We were like burning through this stuff very quickly, and I don't know. I had a great time. How about you, Mike?
Yeah, and I was surprised how much I liked going to class, like all the classroom mini games.
Classes were the best.
Were
parts.
actually
Did you do Scholarship Edition? Is that the one you played?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So, it's, like sometimes it's like, oh, it's a music class, so it's a rhythm game. Then there was like dissection stuff where it was kind of like trauma center a little bit, right? There's geography where we had to plant the flags on the appropriate countries, things like that. So it was a really good time. There was maybe a bit where it's like, oh man, Rockstar games that are kind of a lot of run from this objective, watch a cutscene, then run to this objective, and like maybe punch one person a bit kind of thing. But they kind of get away with it just because there is so much variety, and it is so like, man, look at this huge place I'm going to. And they even do make the combat, as simple as it is, interesting enough. You unlock those combos and things like that.
Question for the historians here. I didn't check out Bully when it originally came out because my mom saw it was a mature game. I think it was mature. And
Yes.
she just noted, oh, Rockstar makes GTA. You can't play
Right.
that. But I remember at least in the magazines I'd read that it was widely adored. So how come Rockstar never followed up with like a sequel or anything?
Yeah, because Grand Theft Autos and Red Dead Redemptions took up too much time to make it. It's a shame because you could see how like a sequel of this in college with a bigger scale
camp
would be awesome.
Do you guys remember the Bully 2 thing? I think we had Ben Reeves tell the story on the couch at 1E3.
I love this story. Please go ahead.
I worked with Ben Reeves, who's fantastic at Game Informer, and we were like switching over the website, CMS or something. We had to test something. And I want to say Ben was like teaching the interns or something how to make like a new SKU, like a new game in the back end. And he's like, okay, so let's say tomorrow at E3 they announced, and he's typing in the title, Bully 2 Kevin's Back Jack, which is extra hilarious because I don't think his name is Kevin.
His character's not named Kevin. No.
And so he just like did that, and I think he accidentally saved it. And so there was a SKU on Game Informer's site that said Bully 2 Kevin's Back Jack.
Yes.
And I don't know if someone just saw it or it was publicly visible at some point, but it came out on like Twitter. It's like Bully 2 Kevin's Back Jack revealed through Game Informer leak.
Oh my god.
Kevin's Back Jack.
I love that. I think about Kevin's back jack.
Oh my god.
Really frequently.
Oh my god, there's like still there I can still find like the Reddit post from 9 years ago. It's deleted, but that's so Kevin's Back Jack.
But Jan, you talk about like your mom not letting you buy it, and like that's one of the funnier versions of this, like the moral panic stuff.
Yes.
That like you got it with Rockstar because like it's a murder simulator. They're teaching their kids how to kill someone.
Or
But
GTA,
this was like that's one. Well, but Manhunt, the Wii one, people
Manhunt,
were
yes.
like but the very like Jack Thompson types came out in force here. Where it's like the Grand Theft Auto people that had you killing hookers are now going to teach you how to be a bully at school, and it's like if you fucking play the game, it has more heart and less cynicism than like any Rockstar game ever outside of like table tennis. It's a very sweet game.
We were expecting it to be much meaner. We were expecting the jokes to age much worse, and some of them don't age great, but it's not nearly as bad as what we were expecting on that front. And then, I think we came away from it thinking that was a really sweet character who kind of did the right thing in his own way in just about every circumstance. And we were expecting like this big butting of heads between him and the principal. And it's like, no, he was kind of doing the principals a favor like most of the time and creating this better environment. It was pretty good on that front.
So I also never checked out the Warriors game. Is that something you think has held up?
I'd like to go back to it.
Yeah.
It is such a cool project.
That.
Like I miss that era of Rockstar where it's like they were making their GTAs, and GTA was, just on a real heater with like San Andreas and Vice City and stuff. But they would also have these passion projects where it's like, well, somebody got a fucking ping pong machine or ping pong table at the office, and now they're really into ping pong and they make this game. Somebody saw the Warriors for the first time and was like, let's fucking buy that license. Like I liked Midnight Club. They were doing like a Beta Raider. They were doing weird shit for like a while in like the early to mid 2000s.
And GTA Online happened.
I mean, which obviously that's going to do very well and be a great game, I'm sure. But like, I do miss
we'll talk about it.
Weirder Rockstar,
Absolutely.
I've seen some people kind of wondering what exactly this is. I guess it's been 10 years since an endurance run has happened. So what this is going to present is Jeff and I play through this entire game on the couch together in kind of 30-minute chunks where we take turns with the controller each time. And those episodes will be uploaded every weekday. Once we start uploading them. So like once it starts, like every weekday, you'll see a 30-minute episode ish of us playing through Bully until we get to the end.
Yep. We endured it.
This is part of the, the Bombathon last October. We hit a lot of different incentives, and we were having regular meetings to just make sure timetable wise throughout the year, we're kind of hitting all those and making good on all those. So yes, this is one of those. We're very excited.
Yeah. We are ticking off the little pips in the battle pass that we've made for ourselves. Mike Minotti, I'm very curious to hear your thoughts on this next game here, because it looks like it is up your Disney alley, and I'm talking about Mouse P.I. for Hire.
Yeah, so I got to play, a good chunk of this last night. I was actually surprised. It's more ambitious than I thought. Like, I thought this was just going to be a boomer shooter with the kind of old-timey animation layer on top of it. But like... No, these are like more structured game levels. There's a lot of voice acting there. There's some light detective stuff in between missions. It's Troy Baker as the voice of the main mouse. Jack Pepper. You go to this like hub area in between missions where your office is, and there's like a bar, and like a shop where you can buy upgrades for like your character, and then there's like a weapons lab you can upgrade your guns, that kind of thing. And then it like the running around, the shooting feels really good, and that's where it's more boomer shootery in terms of like you have the traditional health and ammo stuff. You have all the weapons you pick up. You don't have to constantly swap them, right? But it's also not a maze like a Doom where you're picking up key cards. In fact, it's relatively linear. You can push a button to show you where to go, but there's all sorts of hidden rooms so you can explore. I even unlocked the double jump relatively early on, and I'm a sicko who likes first-person platforming quite a bit. So that part felt good. The animation stuff is great.
Cool.
Just like all the ways characters even die. Like, okay, you shoot their head off. That's kind of funny. You throw an exploding barrel at them, they turn to a pile of ash with the eyeballs and they blink. There's even sections where you kind of put the gun away and you're just in an area populated with NPCs, and something about that kind of popped me. Like you're in the subway station. A lot of people are just kind of sitting around waiting for the subway. Like, yeah, this actually kind of feels like a lived-in world a bit. Yeah, my early impressions are pretty strong. Boss fights have been surprisingly good. Like a lot of times these games, it's just sort of, shoot them and maybe dodge stuff, but there's been actual mechanics to them. Just kind of like this robot lady who's like shooting lasers everywhere. You have to kind of jump over the lasers, and at a certain point you had to hide behind a glass panel. Then I noticed kind of optionally there was a button I could push that would zap her while I was hiding. But stuff like that. So yeah, my early impression is good. There's one weird thing I'm concerned about, and I'm not sure yet, but so your mice.
Oh.
And there's also rats, and there's also shrews. And the shrews are being round up by the police and taken away somewhere. And look, I've not gotten further in the game. The shrews. Right. So yeah, now look, I've encountered a shrew, and I've not noticed anything about like the character that is portraying any stereotypes so far. But the flag's been raised. I'm like, what's going on with this?
Making a face back, Lar. Interesting, huh?
Tell me more about these shrews.
So they are all short, but because like they're shrews, they're smaller than mice, I guess. I don't know.
Is that what it is? Okay.
I don't know. Right. Look, I'm gonna keep an eye on this shrew. Look, as soon as somebody said shrew, I'm like, that didn't feel good. I know that shrews are an actual animal, but why did we do this? So I don't know.
I didn't know that they were. I did. Did I know? I don't know. What are they? Are they like little? They're like tiny.
It's another little rodent. A shrew.
Rodent.
Yeah. You have to tame them if you're Shakespeare.
A rodent.
Yeah. There is a review. Chuck reviewed Mouse PI for Hire. That is now on the website if you are curious about that. But
I played some as well. I'll just say that it's not clicking for me right out of the gate. I'm not as far in as Mike is. I'm still very early, but my early impression was that the animation is very good, and then the gameplay is like very, at least so far, it's very Doom-like. Finding those secrets, you're shooting things. There's monster closets. The monsters come out of the closet. You clear out the monster closets. You move on. Then you're finding keys, opening doors. It's not exactly like a Doom level, but it does feel like a follow-up to that without a ton of other stuff going on. And then you kind of get a little bit more open sections, or you could drive around the city in your car in an interstitial that reminded me of the early Ghostbusters game a little bit.
Yes,
cool.
I know what you mean.
Yes.
Wow.
I'll say that the stuff did not connect between each other as much as I would expect. It does feel like, yes, the animation is very good, but like, the sound isn't sort of supporting that in a way where it makes it feel like it's super alive. I did get to that section in the subway, and I like that, but it was like, it's a short vignette of like establishing the world, and now I'm like, I'm interested in exploring more of like what this world is like, and it's like, the game's not going to do a ton of that. And then the story I think it presents is pretty basic. It's hard for me to get on board with it early on because it's just a very stock standard detective PI story of there's a mystery, something bad has happened. I need to go find out what's going on there. I'm like, that's what we're doing with all of this really awesome animation. So it's like that better hit hard, because I feel like you could be doing something a little bit more off kilter, a little bit funnier, a little bit weirder, because we are in this cartoon mouse world. Could you do something that is playing on the idea of this is secretly actually really Steamboat Willie, and we have to like investigate him working in Hollywood or something. And it's not doing something along those lines. It's just swap in PI character in a novel with mice, and then some other species to represent other races, which could get a little dicey later on. I'm waiting to see if it's really going to click for me as I play more. So far, it's like kind of like I don't know if I need to play much more of this.
It is reviewing fairly
Shockingly
well. Yeah.
83 on Open Critic.
Yeah. I remember checking this out during GDC week and not quite enjoying it, but happy to hear that people are digging it. I did not pick up, and they did not lead with the whole shrew of it all during that little demo, and I'm curious to see what happens with the rest of that story. Mike Minotti, that's not the only game you've been playing, because you have checked out Diablo II, Reign of the Warlock.
Yeah, I've been meaning to get to this. So like a month ago, they added a new class to Diablo 2, which is a wild thing to do, kind of to sort of promote that upcoming Diablo 4 expansion, which is also going to add the Warlock as a playable class. But yeah, they added to Diablo 2, which hasn't had a new class since like 2001 or whenever that game's expansion came out. And this is only for the remake, right? That happened a few years ago, which was a very good remake. So yeah, and I love Diablo 2. It's one of my favorite games, definitely my favorite game in that series. So having an excuse to go in there and play it again as this brand new character, and like every class in this game has like 3 different like skill tree branches, so there's all this different ways to play this. I'm kind of doing a very spell focused one, a lot of fire attacks. Like I kind of have this like thing that just shoots a ring of fire out from around me, and it does all this AoE damage, and it just seems to melt people. And it's because it's Diablo 2, it's very important to constantly have health potions, just be drinking health potions like I'm some kind of crazed alcoholic for blue mana. Gosh, I love Diablo 2. It has such a good, creepy vibe with the weird music, the way everything kind of looks like Harryhausen claymation, which Jan may not appreciate, or stop motion. Maybe we don't call it claymation.
Stop motion I enjoy.
Yeah, so just looks really cool. Yeah, it's just an amazing excuse to get to play Diablo 2 again. I'm a big fan of just randomly adding new content like this to very old games. It's because like in the remake, like you can like set like the kind of version of the game to this Reign of the Warlock stuff, which just change things a bit, or you can go back to just the base version of the remake. When you're playing Reign of the Warlock, you can't do the graphic swap thing because they didn't make like the old sprite version of the Warlock and stuff like that. So, and I kind of get why they did that.
Yeah.
Maybe a small bummer there, but yeah, I can get over it. So yeah, neat stuff. Love Diablo 2. I'm excited to check out that expansion though when it comes out relatively soon, I think.
Speaking about interesting looking games, Dan Riker, you have on the list here Slay the Spire 2.
I broke my personal rule of not playing early access. I've heard enough people saying good things about this game, and specifically Bonk. Whenever she dives real deep into something, I know there's really something there, and she has been obsessed with it. And so it's like, all right. I've been hearing about this and seeing her play it every night, and it's like there's got to be something there. And I've asked her, it's like, okay, does it feel finished? It's not going to be like what ruined Rogue Legacy 2 for me, where it's like, oh, I was getting into it, and then it's like, hey, we'll finish this sometime. She's like, no, it feels like content complete. Like there's some placeholder art, all this stuff. And yeah, absolutely. There have been like 2 times maybe I ran into like placeholder art for like these epoch cards after a run or whatever, which whatever, does not get in the way of my enjoyment whatsoever. It is a tremendous game. I've just been playing with the first Ironclad character, and it seems pretty basic, just kind of teaching you kind of like status effects of, inflicting vulnerable, giving yourself strength, things like that. And even with that, I've made an interesting deck. I've done one run, and I got to the last boss of Act 3 on the first run. So like, I wonder if that, because I'm not particularly like good at these games. In fact, Bonk looked at my deck and she's like, why do you have like 400 cards in here? Like you should be way more selective. So like, I don't know if they need to like tune it, or if the first early runs are supposed to be super easy or something like that, but just super engaging stuff. It does that Into the Breach thing where it's like, I love specifically seeing what's going to happen on the next turn. Like, okay, as soon as I hit end turn, that guy's going to attack me for 4 times 3 damage. That one's going to try to give me a debuff, and this is what I have to work with. And then it becomes this like little chess game of figuring out the best way to protect yourself. The boss fights have some fun gimmicks and stuff like that, like the sandworm that's kind of pulling you into the whirlpool and stuff, and you have to like balance doing damage with like backing away from the sand whirlpool. It's just really fucking good. It's very readable. It's a perfect fucking Steam Deck game. I made it so the right trackpad just easily switches to mouse, so it makes it a lot easier to like hover over your relics or the enemies and seeing exactly what they're about to do. It's just, man, what a tremendous game. I'm going to put a lot of time into this.
It's super
Hell yeah.
good. I had a similar thing where I think I just won my first run, especially with that first class. I'm like, oh man, I must be like really, really good. And then some of the other class characters, I don't know if it's because the characters are more complicated. Definitely took me a good deal more effort to beat a run after that.
Nice.
Bonk's in the chat saying she tries to keep it at 20 to 25 cards a run. I like, she was explaining to me this morning, like, get rid of those strike cards, those basic strike cards immediately. And I was like, oh God, I would take on like 20 more of them. I've been like upgrading these stupid strike cards and stuff. So I think she's teaching me how to play this game.
Yeah,
right.
because you basically you want to go to those shops, and like the first thing you want to spend money on is getting rid of a basic card. And by Act 3, I'm usually like, I'm declining most of the cards unless it's something I see that I really think is going to synergize with my deck.
That's the thing. But you just roll with the punches. I built it. My first deck did have a ton of strike because I got a bunch of synergies that was like, the more strikes you have in your hand, the more powerful X and Y are going to be. I'm like, okay, great. Then I'm just going to beef up on that stuff. And that's Bonk saying that. Sometimes that is the strat. But yeah, Carl and Chad, Carl Germ, the speedrunner, saying thin to win, baby. Good motto.
Sure.
I'm going to try some co-op with Bonk too soon.
Oh yeah.
It was surprisingly just real. That was one of my first real times playing. I did one run before that. Went right into it with a bunch of people who knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Seamless. It was fantastic.
Cool. Because that's what my not worry, but question was, if you're playing with someone that is a little bit more seasoned with these style of games, do you feel like you're holding them back at all? Or
I mean, you're gonna want to like know your character a little bit. Like you're gonna want to have done at least one run. But that's all I did. I did one run with the ironclad character. Everyone else was using a different character, and so I got to go in there with the one I knew. And as long as you kind of set it up that way, everyone, hey, I'm coming in with the one character I know. Can I have that one? You should be fine. You're gonna want to play a little bit fast, but you shouldn't feel like you're holding people up in most circumstances.
Awesome.
Yeah, Ironclad's cool, but Bonk was telling me this morning about the Silent, where it's like a bunch of like zero cost, like shivs and stuff and poison attacks. Like, oh, that sounds fucking awesome too. So like, I don't know if I'll bounce back and forth or finish Ironclad then move on, but like, I'm gonna play a lot of this.
It's a super good game.
Speaking about something that I'm gonna play a lot of, and I've been playing a lot of it, Pokemon Champions came out last week, friends.
You okay?
No,
Hey, bud.
I'm not. I'm not okay. This is me checking into rehab on my own accord because I know the dangers that this is going to wreak, and it has already wreaked on me. For folks that don't know, Pokemon Champions is just the competitive mode, the PvP from the, I guess, base Pokemon games. A turn-based PvP game where you were using the singles format or the doubles format. The doubles format is generally what the VGC or competitive Pokemon comprises of. So you roll in with 6, you pick 4, you go against another person, and gang, they did what I wanted. They did what I wanted because now I don't have to worry. I don't fucking care about catching Pokemon. I don't fucking care about befriending them. I want to make them fight, and I want to make them I want to switch their moves up on a whim and then make them fight other Pokemon. And I want to acknowledge there is the whole gotcha element. It is free to play, or at least free to start, but this game has been very generous with the different types of currencies that you get, and your victory points that you use to unlock Pokemon, to train Pokemon. They throw a bunch of tickets so you're not burning through or feel the need to immediately drop money into the game. And they do a neat thing.
The first hit's free, Jan. We know.
I know the first hit's free, but I've only paid the original or the initial $6.99 for like the little boost you get. So that just gives you a couple victory points. That gives you some like background music and a couple more tickets because you use these tickets to in a gacha style get a roster of Pokemon to recruit from. So you'll get about like maybe I want to say 8 to 10 Pokemon to pick from. And then from there, you can recruit one from that lineup and throw them into your roster of Pokemon to build teams from. But they do the thing where there's Pokemon Home functionality. So if you have Pokemon from Pokemon Go, Scarlet Violet, Sword and Shield, you can bring them as long as they are legal with the format into this game. And they finally done away with the hidden IVs, which was a hidden stat that has been in Pokemon for forever. So there is a little less math to do there. But they've streamlined building Pokemon, changing up movesets, the abilities, and like adjusting the stats. You don't have to do any funky training anymore. And I understand there are a lot of people, the hardcores out there, that are still frustrated and have a lot of gripes with the game. But for me, that just wants to go in, think of a funky team, and just try and climb the ladder, I am having so much fucking fun, gang.
That would be my question. So I have like seen the, I don't know, backlash, whatever, the criticisms. If someone wants to have a good time like you, what would you recommend to them? Would you like just go do this and don't worry about this other BS?
Yeah, if the thing I would suggest is do not get too lost in the sauce in terms of trying to climb the ladder if you're completely new to like the Pokemon VGC, because it does require a lot of like knowledge of the board, right? You not only have to know your own Pokemon, but you have to know what the opponent is using, because you can't kind of just freestyle. If someone has like a specific team that they're bringing, you kind of have to be familiar with how that team is piloted. And what I would suggest is like go watch Pokemon Monday Night Combat for some stellar gameplay coming to you on Wednesdays right after Game S mornings. But also there is a lot of YouTubers out there. The competitive Pokemon subreddit is very helpful in providing resources. The big thing is if you're not confident with building a team or you don't know where to start, they have rental teams. So go find like a YouTuber or like a competition player that has done really well, because generally their team will be available to rent, and just familiarize yourself with the ins and outs of that team. You roll in with 6 Pokemon, but you pick 4. And that's because you kind of need to adapt and have like 2 different modes or strategies when you're entering the battle, and how to adapt against your opponent. I know that there is a lot of backlash in terms of like performance of the game and the monetization behind it. But again, like I've been playing every single day for a good chunk of time, and I've like accumulated a bunch of VP after I've burned through them to like train Pokemon up and everything. And I haven't felt the need or the pressure to drop money into it. And even then, like I haven't encountered that many bugs or anything. I'm playing on a Switch 2. I'm playing wirelessly. I'm playing handheld. I haven't noticed too many graphical issues or problems. And I've seen some people that don't necessarily jive well with or have really explored the online competitive Pokemon side before, starting to click with it. And I wonder if that's because it is so much more streamlined. And there is like a whole casual part of it as well. You don't have to climb the ladder. You can just jump into casual battles, test drive a team, and whatnot. And I know this will not resonate with y'all, but to the Pokemon heads out there, I am so sorry. I've let you down, because I, Janichoa, have become a dirty, filthy Incineroar player.
No! Oh!
Is he the wrestler?
Yes, he's the wrestler one.
Oh!
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you. I have become the heel.
He's gonna.
The most overplayed Pokemon that is too powerful. I need that motherfucker on my team. He's, Dan, he's the Roman Reigns.
Okay, seems powerful. Yeah.
Jeff Grubb.
Oh no, I was just showing
acknowledging
thank you.
Jeff was just pointing his finger up, audio listeners, and Jan thought he had a question.
That is what I normally do when I have a question, so I don't blame Jan. My bad.
That and it's there's a lot of room to grow with the game as well. I know people are upset that their favorite Pokemon aren't in it, that certain abilities, certain items aren't in it, but I feel like they had to make this specific format and silo it off to only a couple Pokemon. And it's not even a couple Pokemon. It's still a bunch for now to get people in the door, because we in initial trailers, they showed terrestrialization, Z moves. Right now, it's
stuff.
Right now, I'm sorry, Mike Minotti. There's just mega evolutions in the game to spice things up.
Somehow those are actually better than those. No, actually, that's better than the other one. I don't like that. Terrestrialization and Z moves is the worst one. That was real fucking stupid, that shit. Gigantamax is just mega evolution with a different name.
But they get big.
They get big. The crystal hats were pretty stupid, though. I really don't like the crystal hats. Those are bad.
And I enjoy how limited it is, because I don't have to worry about any legendary Pokemon, or and it's I didn't play too much of Scarlet and Violet, the competitive side, so it is still a little bit exploratory in terms of like, oh, what does this one do? Okay, cool. Because within every loss, I am still learning more things of like, all right, well, this is how I'm going to attack this style of team, or I'm going to be really funky with it and approach that type of matchup differently the next time. Also, I've seen so many people with off-meta teams, and what I mean by that is not using the most popular Pokemon and still climbing up the ladder completely fine. So there is...
That is what I was going to ask.
That sounds fun, yeah.
I heard there's like 50 or 60 viable Pokemon in traditional, traditional VGC. Does that still feel like the case? Is it widening a little bit?
Oh, yeah. You're definitely going to see like the same 5 Pokemon on every team, and I'm part of the problem, I will admit. But it's because of just trying to acclimate myself to like this format. But I've seen so many off-kilter teams. Yo, here's some heat on the street, and this is for y'all, just for y'all. All right. You could fuck up these Zard Y teams, fuck this Venusaur up, roll up with a Primarina and Sableye, because Sableye can set Rain Dance that fucks up Drought that the fucking Charizard Y will set up. You feel me?
Oh, shit.
No?
Dan's popping off right now.
Yeah, audio listeners,
I understood like
Mike's vertical.
like
I
I
say
myself.
Yeah.
Is Sableye the guy who's making the Bloodborne movie?
Yes.
No, that's Jacksepticeye.
Jack Sableye. Yeah.
But like I'm having a lot of fun with this game. It is already a problem, and it's gonna continue to be a problem for me. Because as everyone is talking, I'm just thinking, what if I threw that on a team? What if I did this? Because there's also some stupid broken strategies. There are specific moves in Pokemon that are one-hit KO, but the accuracy is like 60 to 70. However, with Mega Halucha, which is another wrestler Pokemon, he has a specific move that gives his ally an ability where he will never miss. So you can just never miss these one-hit KO moves and completely rinse through a team. It's just fun. It's stupid. Also, there's like a ghost that's like matcha, and that's fun. I love Pokemon. I hate it.
I'm happy for you, Jan. I'm actually legitimately happy that this is working out for you specifically. I was worried that you could never love again. It seems like something's going. I mean, it's bad for you, but I love it.
As soon as this hits
Safe
mobile,
enough.
as soon as this hits mobile, though, it's gonna be game over for me because then I'll just have it everywhere.
Yeah, but you know that's when we like to introduce a little thing called moderation, perhaps to your daily life.
Or we're gonna limit your screen time.
Yeah, we'll do that for you. It's fine. We'll get Scout to do it. It'll be easy. I am happy
to see
for
my
you.
kids asking me for more screen time like 5 times over this weekend.
Oh yeah, that's their favorite question.
Yeah, it's the reason they talk to me still. Yeah.
Hey, whatever it takes. You gotta drive engagement somehow.
I love to drive engagement with my children.
Yep. You just gate that screen. They'll come running back. Do whatever you want.
But you know, it has been fun to see like you're still running into a variety of teams, and also, gang, also here's some more heat on the street, gang. If you come a little closer here, I will get a couple people quitting and forfeiting on round 1 if you successfully set up a trick room, because these motherfuckers don't know what to do with it.
What does Trick Room do?
Yeah,
I don't know what to do with it either.
It reverses the turn order because speed is a big thing, but Trick Room is like, what if we let the slow dudes go first?
That's fun. I love that, actually, because there's going to be people that built their entire teams around speed, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Fuck your Whimsicott and Prankster setting up Tailwind.
Yeah! Go to hell!
Eat shit!
Also,
I can't believe Grubb thought this podcast would be bad.
I didn't say that. I just wanted an excuse if it was.
Yo. Also, people don't fucking know what to do when like you mess up their focus sash setup and they be fucked up. Also, I think
What are you gonna do?
I
Your
think
focus ash is
sash.
Sash. Go to hell.
That's right, gang. And that's it for games. We're gonna hit you with some news right after this bricky break and a word from our friends at Dosa Divas. We'll see ya.
What are you gonna make?
I'll give you one guess.
Hello, hello, hello. Look around. Nobody wants to cook anymore. They want convenience. I won.
Hey, cooking mamas! I have that part. Check it out.
I'm going to punch you in the face.
Watch out!
Oh no. The ones who gave us life are gone.
Do you not care? Do you even have a job right now?
Hey!
Bring her out.
Did you miss me, goddess?
This is a drop with the news.
I have news, and I would like to tell you guys about it. Let's start here with the hottest news from over the night. Bloodborne is officially returning. It's coming back. Everybody, get ready.
Wow, we did it.
As an R-rated animated film, Sony has announced an R-rated animated movie based on the PS4 game Bloodborne, developed by Sony Pictures and PlayStation Productions, and produced by content creator Sean Jacksepticeye McLaughlin. His name's not even Jack. Let's see, and lyrical animation. This project is part of Sony's continued effort to adapt game IP into films, blah, blah, blah. It is based on that game. Sony owns the Bloodborne IP, so they're just taking this thing they own, doing something with it. And it's the thing everyone's been clamoring for, a movie.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah,
that's the response. Yep, there you go.
Yeah. There's one name I didn't hear mentioned in all of that people bringing this to life. That's From Software or Miyazaki.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're not involved. Was what would be my guess. I certainly do not take this as a sign that anything is happening with the games, because there isn't anything happening with Bloodborne, the video game. It's just the movie that Sony feels like they could do this without probably stepping on toes over it from, but they cannot touch the game without doing that. So we're getting this instead. But at a certain point, it's almost like leave well enough alone. If you can't do anything with the games, maybe don't make this movie. But at the same time, I don't care. Make it have fun.
Yeah, it is kind of extra insulting if like this comes out and there's still no movement on trying to remaster Bloodborne, get it 60 frames per second. There's no movement. Like, come on.
Do you think them greenlighting this is like kind of them forcing their hand at like, hey, do it?
Yeah, it's because if you're gonna do the movie without them, then just remaster the game without them.
I mean, they definitely want to do other stuff with From Software on the game side, and I think touching the game will preclude them from doing that. So that they're just not going to do anything with the Bloodborne game for now, for probably the foreseeable future. But I do think they want to get to a world where Bloodborne is an active gaming franchise again, and this is one way to kind of keep it in like the common conversation. Although it's Bloodborne, it doesn't need a lot of help with that. So I don't know. I mean, I did like one person's skeet about it. It finally got its frame rate updated to 24 frames per second instead of 60. That's pretty clever.
It's not bad.
I like that quite a bit.
I'm not super familiar with this production studio, Lyrical Animation. I've only ever seen one movie that the studio has made, and that was How to Blow Up a Pipeline. I'm curious as to what look they're going to go for, because some of these like Netflix anime adaptations, they look good, but some also kind of look like trash. Yeah,
I mean, that's going to be like, what is the budget for this thing? Are they going for a full? Is this just a like? Do you remember what was that old EA game that was the character action game based on the novel
Dante's Inferno?
Thank you, Dan. Dante's Inferno had a movie like that based on that game.
Right?
Really?
Right. Yes, exactly. And it was like some cheap CGI thing, I think. And I'm like, is this going to be equivalent to that, or are we going to get a full-fledged theatrical, big budget animated film. I don't know. It's probably going to be something less than that.
Yeah, I think it's somewhere in the middle. I don't think you're going to get the theatrical thing, but I also think we're beyond the point of like, hey, how cheaply and shittily can we do this thing?
Yeah,
I think those days are gone.
Also, we talked about this. I think it was last week with the whole Metal Gear movie, and of course they had new news and updates as soon as we wrapped the show. But animation takes a while, right?
Yeah.
We're not going to see this for at least 2-3 years.
It should take a while.
Yep, 2 to 3 years.
This news broke while I was streaming, and my chat got mad at me because I did not know who Jacksepticeye is.
Does anyone else know who Jacksepticeye is?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I do as well.
I even predicted, and I said, I bet this will not help my case. I bet Dan doesn't know who it is.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Well,
he's
that doesn't
an
help your
Irishman.
case.
Yeah. I was also surprised. Real name not Jack in any way. That's upsetting and bothers me.
Mike, Jacksepticeye, he's the voice of Punch Up from
right, that's what they people told me he's Punch Up. Like, I know who Punch Up is.
Yeah.
I know that. Guess he's gonna make a Bloodborne movie.
I guess so. I didn't know. This is the new move for YouTubers is
right.
What are we gonna do?
Let's make a movie.
Yeah.
Cameras?
Movies are lame though.
I love movies.
I thought they were
Let's make a theme park.
Wait, you said you say movies are lame?
And then once open a theme park.
You're not
he's not a movie guy.
He previously said movies are mid. He's moved on to movies are lame. So
that's worse than mid, I think.
I think so, yes.
All right.
Bad investment.
Audio listeners, when he asked if we could build a theme park, he did tilt his head in a way to suggest, aren't I a stinker?
And smiled real big, yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Fortnite adding, it's just dumb news after dumb news. Fortnite
Stone Cold?
An Arc Raider style game with Disney characters. Also Stone Cold, sure.
Yeah.
So Disney and Epic have that big investment deal, something like $1.5 billion, and they're going to make Disney cross Fortnite projects. And it sounds like the first one of those is an Arc Raiders like. That means an extraction shooter with Disney characters. Early internal reviews reportedly say the game is, quote, not very original.
What?
Weird.
So buckle the fuck up for a game that plays just like Arc Raiders, but has Princess Mermaid shooting dudes with an AK-47.
I want to see Goofy bleed out.
Yeah.
Out Goofy.
Goofy? He's the guy you want to
see? I am curious if it's possible at some point for Disney to overplay their hand with this and everybody suddenly, because with Fortnite, no one seems to care. Was there going to be a point where everybody is weirded out finally that Buzz Lightyear can shoot and murder Donald Duck? Right? Like at some point, is it going to weird people out?
Murdering is maybe not the right word.
Well, that's what they do because they get de-rezzed or they just disappear. Yeah. But like, come on.
I am coming on. I think I don't. If sure you want to call it Disney murder, that's fine. We could use that as a
what Disney murder?
What Disney murder?
I feel like the Fortnite audience though have started taking a turn on some of the different things getting added to the game. Like the brain rot stuff.
The ballerina cappuccina and stuff was like voted as the worst skin.
Has the fucking IP for it? Who's getting paid for that?
That
that's
seems
a wonderful
free.
Question.
That seems free for everyone. I don't think anyone owns that.
Right. Yeah, it was just made by AI in the first place.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think I know who's getting money for Stone Cold, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Brain rot. Yeah.
But Mike, we have to look to you as our Disney cringe barometer, right? And we need to know which way the wind is blowing when it comes to that, right?
Yeah. Look, this doesn't seem good. My hope is I hope there's a good reason why Disney characters are in an extraction shooter together, but that won't possibly be the case, right? Not. They're just gonna throw them in there. But what is, because they can't be running around like derelict armory bases like in Arc Raiders, right? Like what is the map? What are they extracting?
The old Toontown MMO. The old Toontown MMO.
Right?
That's what they're doing.
There's so many questions. What are we doing? What's going on?
I guess as long as I could kill Figment, I'm on board.
Good news, bud.
Yeah. No.
Grubb, when they say Disney characters, do they mean like
good
just
question.
Star
Mickey, Goofy, or does that include Star Wars or Marvel?
I mean, I think the whole point of this is to include everybody. It might start like slimmed down, and then they'll introduce new characters that you could buy skins of over time.
Well, there's my other question is, like, how separate from Fortnite is this? Because they've been adding a lot of Disney characters to Fortnite. We've had, like, I think Hercules not too long ago. We just had Buzz Lightyear and Zurg. So is it just you can only play as the Disney-owned characters in this? And that'll include stuff like Darth Vader and even, Ellen Ripley, because Disney owns that.
Homer Simpson, even.
Right, Homer Simpson. Or is it like, this is like a new suite of characters for this game because it's a little bit of its own thing, which isn't usually how Fortnite operates. Typically, so now it's weird. So now it's just a mode where you can only use the Disney characters. You're just not allowed to bring John Wick in here because of an arbitrary rule. I'm definitely curious, I guess. I don't have high hopes. One, because I haven't jived with extraction shooters that much anyways, but it's just, there's no creative spark here. It's a mandate. It's, we got to do this.
And what if someone doesn't have those skins, right? What about the people that don't spend any money?
Who's this game's Jonesy? Like, who's the default character skin that you get if you don't spend
Horace
any money?
Horsecaller.
Okay, of course. Duh. That's the feeling I have, Mike, of the mandate, where it's like, this clearly is like, we got a bunch of money in this moment in time, so we have to do something with Disney. Okay, that side of it's figure it out. It's got to be Disney shit. What is the game that we're pairing up with that? Oh God. Let's just do what we did with Fortnite. Look around to see what's popular and take that. Extraction shooters are popular. Yeah. Let's just make a Disney extraction shooter. And it feels so deprived of any sort of vision. In the world, like, obviously we've had that time and time again in games. That's nothing new. This one feels somehow to me like one of the worst examples of how that can be really fucking stupid.
Because I don't think they're even going to lean into whatever makes specific Disney characters unique, right?
No, right. They're all going to play the same. There's not going to be like Buzz Lightyear can fly, right?
Yeah, or like Scrooge McDuck has a pogo.
Yeah, no, they're not. I don't think they're going to be that creative with it. No.
There's 2 other games in the works as part of this partnership. The second game also getting sort of like, hey, the internal reviews say not very fun. And then the third game was supposed to be pretty ambitious, but they've taken the budget away from that, put it towards that first game, the Arc Raider style game, because Disney was aghast at the timeline that apparently Epic was on for delivering that project. Now, we'll see. Yeah.
I wonder if that third thing was like the metaversy one, which what was that ever going to actually look like? I don't know.
I don't like hearing the word metaversy.
Nah, I know, right?
Yeah, don't add a Y to that. When you say internal reviews, what can you be specific about what that exactly means?
I mean, it just means that they are not like, they're not going out to contractors and getting like consultants to look at the game. They're doing their standard, let's have people from other departments play this and do like it's a standard procedure that they do of just like, okay, we're time to do a check. Let's send this off and do a week of letting other people test it. They're going to write up their reviews, their input, send it back to us. And as part of that standard procedure, this is the early word from the reporting so far.
Got it.
All right. Hackers reveal there was that big Rockstar hack. I don't know if you guys saw that. And it's Jan, your people, the Shiny Hunters is the name of the hacking group. Oh, so it sounds like Pokemon fans.
I was worried which people.
No, of course it's the Pokemon fans. The worst people that you could possibly be associated with, Pokemon fans. They hacked the servers, cloud servers for Rockstar, and they threatened Rockstar and say, hey, we're going to release this stuff unless you pay a ransom. Of course, as usual, the company didn't pay the ransom, got released. And I bet it's not going to hurt Rockstar and Take-Two. If anything, this information might help their stock price go up because the Rockstar hack reveals that GTA Online earns over $1 million every single day. It's earned $500 million pretty much every year since it's been live and continues to do so. That is all from shark cards, apparently, which, God, gun to my head. What does a shark card do?
I don't know what those do. What are those?
Does it just let you buy clothes and stuff? Cars? I guess
we
must just be that.
We finally did all those heists when we did that Crime Crew series, and I still have no idea. Like, the whole point of that was to see what the hell GTA Online was. No idea what a shark card is.
You know what a shark card is?
Oh my God, Mike, you're fired.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. We'll see you next week for another episode of the Giant Bombcast. We'll see you. It's been real.
Yeah, I think. No,
Yeah.
I think it was 4.
Yeah.
I think it's like the in-game like.
I hope you're
gift
proud of
card.
yourself.
He is.
No, we cannot acknowledge it. We must move on. Look,
Look
Mike,
at that man. That's a proud man.
everyone gets one. Everyone gets one.
Some of us get more. What are you talking about?
A year. Yeah, some of us get 58,000. I think it's I think a shark card is the like in-game credit card.
Yeah, but I don't
For
know
what?
Okay,
For buying shit. It's like
that
a
is the other
card.
side of this. One of the paragraphs here said this, but it's 4% of players spent money during September 2025 to April 2026, and yet it's making $1 million a day. From 1 out of every 20 players actually spending money. So
That's
it's
nuts.
like 19 people just going in there goofing around, probably very similar to what you did, Dan, until you guys did the missions and stuff like that. But you guys are just going there to play the game and have a good time. And then 1 out of 20 people are like, I need to buy everything in here and pour in what sounds like literally thousands of dollars per person who's spending money. It is all just whale-based. And that is super fragile. Because if you go from GTA Online 1 to GTA Online 2 and cannot get those people to migrate, your entire business, the thing you've built your business on for the last 10 plus years collapses. So
Okay, then here's my pitch. They stop doing online and they just make more bullies and warriors types games. Yes.
Dan, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna make $500 million.
No.
Yeah, but just for the love of the game, you know?
Yep.
Kevin's
the business
back,
works.
Jack.
I'm glad you like that as much as I do. It's so fun.
I Googled it during this, and like there are way more headlines about Kevin's back, Jack, than I remember.
It was a huge thing. Yes. Metro 2039 will be revealed this week. 4A Games confirms they're doing this with Xbox as part of an Xbox.
Grubb, it sounds like you revealed it right now.
Well, yes, right, exactly. Hey, there, it's Metro 2039. They're going to show off the game like actually running. But that is the game that's going to be at this showcase with Xbox. You guys ever play much of the Metro games? I've tried.
Not fun games.
Curious.
Every 2 seconds, you got to wipe your fucking visor off, or you got to turn on a breathing tube, or you got to fucking rub something off your shoe. It's just like a bunch of boring shit tied to every button that you have to do constantly for no reason.
It's like if Far Cry, which was the one with malaria, Far Cry 2.
Yeah,
two. Everything was malaria. You just got malaria on every part of the gameplay.
We just made everything suck more. Yeah.
Yeah. But they're making another one.
Like Jake Decker really likes those games, and I trust Jake's opinion.
I believe every word of that. Yeah,
Will seems to like him also.
The most Metro person for sure. I like them. I think they're really interesting, but sometimes they get in their own way of being fun.
Sure.
I think like I want some of that sicko stuff, and I was just not finding a pathway to be like, okay, and I'm doing that, and that's going to unlock what for me in the world. I just couldn't click with it quite yet. I did find the last one, Exodus, to sort of be the most streamlined version of it, and I wonder if they're going to keep going in that direction with this next one. We will see. It's April 16th, Thursday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern for that reveal of what the game's actually going to be like. Next up, confirmed, at least as far as we can tell, Switch 2 game cards now come in smaller sizes for developers. So, if you remember, when the thing launched, developers seem to have 3 options, really. You could put your game on a 64 gigabyte game card, which was really expensive for them. So they'd have to charge a lot of money, or they could only put the biggest games on there. Or you could put it on a game key card, which doesn't have any game data on there. You're just downloading the game, or you could just put it out digitally. Now it does seem like Nintendo is offering developers a selection of possibilities that are labeled as G1 through G6, where G1 is 2 gigabytes, G6 is 64 gigabytes, and then there's 4, 8, 16, and 32 between there. So the good news here is if you are someone who buys physical games, going forward, it might be much more likely that the smaller indie games that should fit on that 8 gigabyte card or whatever will be priced more appropriately and much more likely to actually fully be on the game card itself, which is what people are clamoring for. So some good news there. We were expecting this to happen. Sounds like before we got to the first year anniversary of the Switch 2, they were able to deliver this. So good news. Anbernic has a new handheld, the pocket-friendly Android device that is the Anbernic RG Rotate. And they're kind of positioning it almost as like a music player, like a pocketable, not PDA, but sort of just like a buddy device that can do all these other things. And if you swivel out the screen behind it, there are controls so you can play games on it as well. But they have people like hanging it from their pocket on a string, and it's got a clock on it. It's like, oh, well, you know, just like a little, like a rope.
It has a clock on it, Jan. It's almost a watch or a Dynabook,
like a big dumb watch. And part of me is like, hey, this is a throwback to a time when we did get a lot of dumb electronics from companies. But it's also a reminder of like where we're at with these handheld devices. They're all just about powerful enough to do anything you would want to do on them. So all the extra power they're getting, they're like, oh, what? Like you just play the Dreamcast again, I guess. And so they're looking for gimmicks to make their stuff stand out.
I like the gimmicks.
I like the I don't know if this one's for me, but I like them trying more stuff.
Speaking of gimmicks, with street passing, right? Was that just from a device-to-device thing, or do they need to be connected online?
I think it was
they could be
device
local.
device.
You could be
device.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you'd be walking through a park or whatever and getting street passes. Or like E3 show floor days and stuff. You could never get that Wi-Fi working and you'd get 1 million street passes.
How do we partner up with one of these companies to just make a street pass device?
You want to bring back Street Pass?
Fuck yeah, I do.
You want
Probably
to
sold 1
create
billion Hawaiian Thors. We'll partner with them.
We're gonna make our own Find Me. It's just get the find evil Jan.
Yes, exactly.
It did work with like McDonald's Wi-Fi. You could connect it to McDonald's Wi-Fi, and then anyone who connected like that day would also be added to your street pass. So they had other ways of doing it, and people eventually were like, hey, if you switch your MAC address on your router to be the same as the MAC address as this McDonald's router, you can just have your own McDonald's street pass Wi-Fi in your house and just street pass from the comfort of your own home. And I think I set that up.
A MAC address. Okay, like a big. Okay.
Yes, exactly. McDonald's address is what it is. Yeah, that's what it stands for.
I finally know what that is. Great.
Bethesda promises to fix Starfield PS5 crashes. Some fans complain make it unplayable.
No.
The tale is old as time. It's Bethesda and the bugs. It's another game from this company launches and is in some dire straits. I don't know. How do people still put up with this?
It's like
point?
I think you should leave hot dog sketch of like we should really find the guy who did this.
And just
like what was the rush even? Like we have to get this. It's already been so long. Take more time until it's ready.
People are talking about space. Let's get our space game out.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
Did you see the quote Pete Hines gave about why he left Bethesda?
No. But Pete
It's
Hines.
interesting. It said something about it's not. God, I don't want to say it wrong, but something about how it just didn't feel genuine anymore or authentic, like the company, and he just like quit basically.
No. There you go.
Yeah. Pete Hines is an interesting guy.
Yeah. I think maybe that these bugs are just trying to stop people from playing Starfield.
Save them from Starfield.
It's a community service.
The game did pop off on Xbox with its latest update. Like its player count like tripled or something like that. But I don't know. It seems like it's doing okay on PlayStation in terms of sales, but people are getting refunds because of some of these crashes. And it's the crashes, right? Bugs in a Bethesda game I've made peace with, but anytime you crash, you gotta fix that before you launch your game.
Yeah, what's gonna happen to your spaceship?
Right, it's just gonna go away, gonna go bye-bye. And then, all right, let's see here. Next one, Spider-Man model appears to tease new PlayStation game in now deleted post. And that's like the person who is the model. The likeness model for Insomniac's Spider-Man games, Ben Jordan, hinted at working on new content for a potential future game via a since-deleted Instagram post with a Spider-Man emoji and the caption, IYK. Oh my! I can't just say this.
If you know, you know.
KYK. If you know, you know. Yes. Jordan's
no one knew.
Jordan's only acting credits are for the PlayStation's Marvel's Spider-Man games, while some speculated it could be for the upcoming Wolverine game. That is unlikely given its release schedule. That's coming out later this year. Marvel Games' boss has implied continued collaboration with Insomniac. Yeah, they're making more of these for sure.
Spider-Man 3, Kevin's back, Jack.
Nice, Mike. Good job.
The next one we're getting from them probably is Venom, but Spider-Man would show up in that at least a little bit. So
yeah.
Almost there, Mike. You almost redeemed yourself. I think you got maybe
Just keep at it.
nine
Am I rehired?
9 or 10 more bangers, and
No, you're back to
all
a contractor.
Yeah, you're on
Right.
probation. Yeah.
It's so funny with voice actors. I don't know why voice actors think that they just like live in this different world where they can announce the projects they're
I'll
involved
just add this to my LinkedIn now.
Yeah. I imagine they must be so serious with the wonder, like, to be clear, this is a secret project. In their minds, they're just playing the last 5 TikToks they saw or something over and over. Right.
I mean,
Homer
they're
Simpson.
talking to their
Surprised,
agents,
Mike.
right? The talent doesn't sit in the room. The agent needs to relay that stuff, and then the actor does that with the agent instead.
You would be surprised. Never forget at the end of the day that people are people. And there is no foolproof way to secure any information whatsoever. And you're just dealing with people.
I always love the fact of like, and I don't know how true it is. I heard it, but like the brain runs on 15 to 20 watts of power, and it shuts down all the time to just not deal with stuff. And it's like, yeah, that's like a calculator. Yeah,
That's me, baby, shutting down all the time.
Yep. Last story here, and this one I dedicate to Dan Reichert. Sony is prepping a Metal Gear movie.
No, they're
Sony
not.
Columbia Pictures.
It's happening, Dan.
Congratulations.
No,
A live-action Metal Gear Solid movie, ending a long period of the project languishing in development hell. You hear that? That period
weird.
has
I
ended.
feel like I had that in 2004, 2008, 2012, and 2016. Weird.
This time's different. That languishing has ended.
We'll never languish again.
The film, which has no release date or cast yet, will be directed by Zach Lipovsky and Adam B. Stein.
No, it won't.
And, producers Avi Arad and his friend Ari Arad. I don't know.
Son, I think.
Yes, son. That sounds right. This is it. This is the real one.
No, it's not.
Man, I don't. It's like the go-to joke, but this one specifically, I'm like, it'd be really funny if Chris Pratt was hired.
No.
Yes.
Chris Pratt's going to be the Bloodborne hunter, so don't worry about that.
Okay, wait. Kojima said, quote, "I have received many offers to adapt Metal Gear Solid. It has taken a long time, but we finally settled on an arrangement. False facts aside, a movie project is underway. I've finalized a Class A contract." Oh, this is from 2006. Sorry. Sorry,
Finally
that's
happening,
wrong.
everybody.
Yeah. Oh, we're caught up with producer Michael DeLuca. Confirmed they're getting the movie in gear. That they're talking to Equilibrium director Kurt Wimmer. Oh, 2008. Oh, sorry.
Do you think the fact that
Equilibrium rules?
Yeah.
Do you think maybe the fact that Kojima isn't involved, or was it even asked, is maybe
right,
going to
doesn't
help
own
this
it, right?
one?
Oh,
Doesn't-
right.
Yeah.
They don't need him anymore. It doesn't. Yeah, it's got nothing to do.
Oh,
with
wait,
it.
it's moving forward to Columbia Pictures. Oh, 2012. Sorry. Oh, they're in talk with the director. Oh, 2014. Okay, got it. Yep.
Yeah, I think this is the safe approach, Dan. That just assume, until it's actually in a movie theater, it's not going to happen.
I'll give it this. I'll give it this grace. If I see a set photo or a trailer, obviously, but I think if I see a Solid Snake on a set,
if they're
I will
filming
believe it. So it's like when those like Zelda pictures come in. It's like, okay, I guess they're actually making that.
That's what made it real for me. Yeah.
That finished filming today. The filming is done on the Zelda movie.
We're gonna get
sure
like a
that'll be
trailer
great.
in a few months, right? Like they're gonna be able to put something together.
Did-
That's weird.
I think they announced it's like not coming out until May 2027.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Oh wait, no,
right.
we're in 2026. We'll get a trailer soon. Never mind.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I feel like the only one of these gaming movies in development that I kind of have an eye on is that Alex Garland Elden Ring and that's only because it's Alex Garland
And Nick
like, he
Offerman's
makes
in it.
good stuff. Like
Chris Pratt's co-star. Chris Pratt's got an in for Elden Ring now.
Oh boy.
the Elden Lord.
Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
Are you in Chris Pratt's pocket or something? Are you his new hype man?
He's gonna be
he gives us
Ronnie.
a lot of money. Yeah.
Give me Ronnie the Witch, hotter than ever. Get even more arms. So he can shook his ego better.
The one
Got
difference
him.
here is that these movies are making a lot of money now. So I do think that the sort of thing that like gets these guys motivated in the first place to get these things out is more real than it's ever been. And even with all that said, a Metal Gear movie actually coming to fruition and releasing seems unlikely right now.
I know that Oscar Isaac was like briefly attached to one of the many attempts.
That was the last one.
So is Christian Bale and
Do we have an actor we think could be Solid Snake?
nowadays Glenn
That guy
Powell.
from your Star Wars show, maybe he's neat. Can he do it?
Diego Luna?
Yeah.
That'd be cool. I would like that a ton, actually. But who is the Josh from the latest Knives Out movie? I think he could. Do
Josh
cool
O'Connell.
I would like that.
Okay.
I can see Glenn Powell.
You know what? It'll be the other guy from Star Wars. That's just in everything now. Actually, we like him, but he's definitely over.
Adam Driver, Annette.
No, that'd be funny.
Yes, make Adam Driver
the Mandalorian.
I'll see that shit.
Adam Driver would be a killer
Oscar
liquid
Isaac?
snake.
No,
yeah,
not
you're talking about Oscar Isaac?
Pedro.
No, the
Pedro.
Mandalorian. Pedro.
I mean,
Pedro
that's right,
Pascal.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah,
yes.
let's be Pedro Pascal.
I think Pedro's just aged out a little bit.
Yeah.
They would want to have someone they could do a ton of movies with if it works.
Yeah,
Right,
we're
even though,
talking
like-
Shadow Moses, Solid Snake. What is he, like 30 in that?
Well, he is like supposed to be kind of retired and like he is supposed to be like, you're getting old,
Right. I think
Kevin.
he's like 30.
You thought you were back, Jack, but
Fuck
you're
it.
not. You're
Fuck it.
too old for this shit.
Robert Pattinson. Just do it.
Just do it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just do it.
Chat's saying
Screw
Matt
it.
Johnson. Let's do that. Just get a.
That'd be
He's always
incredible.
got the bandana. Why
He's
not?
already got it. Yeah.
Yeah. Let it make it me.
Oh, someone says Adam Driver as Psycho Mantis.
That's
that would
good.
be
That's
awesome.
He
Wow.
punches the wall when he gets back. He's like, I thought you liked Castlevania. I'm sorry, that's really stupid.
I think John.
That one was really stupid.
I think John Stamos could do it.
Sure.
Famous.
Yeah.
Cut it
For
out.
sure.
Stephen Baldwin. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That does it for the headlines. Jan, this show's back over to you.
Folks, we're going to take another quick bricky break, and we will be back with emails, super chats, and perhaps Grubb has prepared another ad for us to
Grubb Guessr.
ponder over. Grubb Guessr, right after this. These are the emails for the show. Emails. Bombcast@giantbomb.com is your email address to send your emails to. You can write in about any and everything. You want our opinion on something. You got nice words to say. You got little quizzes. Do whatever you want. Send it our way. And you know what? Here, if the Metal Gear movie's happening, we have to be in it. Just knock us out.
If it actually does start happening, like I will start pulling every dumb Dan lever I can to do something in there. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I want Dan to be the first person knocked out in that movie. He gets tranked or whatever.
Oh, snap my neck immediately. Yeah.
Yes. Please.
Shit.
Please.
If this is real, I do need to start just the campaign of bugging everyone involved with it. Yeah.
Exactly. We also have to be in the next Sonic movie. I've determined. All right. All of us is a little
teaser.
All of us is a little
Marion.
chow. You know, it'd be so cute.
Yeah, I want to be a chow real bad.
I want to be a flicky.
Oh, that'd be fun too.
What's a flicky?
Flicky.
I don't know.
That's the little birds. See, the fact that I know what a flicky is means I should be in the movie.
Yeah, you
Is
qualify.
that what that means?
Yeah.
Doesn't it just mean you're old?
A flicky? You said flicky? What the man?
They're flickies. Yeah, they're
Flicky's
from the
an
game
early
Flicky,
Sega
and then they got
arcade game.
yeah.
Well,
they got
it's Flicky to rock around. It's Flicky.
Sonic
Flicky,
4.
flicky.
Sonic
Different
4.
lives.
Kevin's back. Jack.
Different lives.
Still
different
play.
lives.
No,
Listen, diminishing returns, but I still like it. Keep doing it.
Okay,
It's
you
gonna
like-
get funnier again.
The
All right,
horse is not just dead anymore. It's in the quicksand like Never-Ending Story.
Aw.
Andrew.
Jesus. Wow.
Oh, okay.
We're traumatized.
That's
cool.
what gets everyone.
Yeah.
Cool.
Andrew writes in, what's good, duders? I'm going to be watching WrestleMania on Discord this weekend with some friends of mine. While I don't really watch or pay attention to wrestling, we usually only watch the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. My YouTube feed has been popping up as of late with a single wrestler. Guys, what's the deal with Danhausen? Thanks for everything.
So he used to be a punter for the Colts. Is that right?
Yeah. Thank you.
Is that true?
No.
Thank you.
The guy in the makeup?
Thank you, Andrew from what's RVA?
I don't know.
Richmond, Virginia, maybe?
Yeah,
Okay.
Maybe.
Is that,
Yeah.
is that what they're
Yeah.
Good call.
saying down there?
Danhausen is a weird little goblin man that is kind of a throwback to like old kind of monster movie tropes and stuff. And he collects
Yes.
human teeth in a jar and he curses people. He rarely wrestles actually these days.
Yeah, he's a comedy wrestler. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it's like a weirdly like in a time when WWE like everything they seem to be doing is pretty bad right now.
He's in
Danhausen is-
WWE?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
He
he was an
was,
indie guy
yeah.
forever. He was an
Right.
AEW Forbidden. They didn't really use him. he is a really funny guy. So like, for instance, Conan O'Brien, who like is not a wrestling fan, was fascinated by just the character of Danhausen, just his look, his weird comedy. He just like seems to get everyone's names wrong in funny ways. He collects teeth and curses people. So he recently cursed I Show Speed.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I
How?
Show Speed. He just goes, you are cursed, and then you're cursed.
Really good. Pretty well.
Wait, and Speed knew about it, or was Speed there?
Oh, yeah.
Speed
He
was
points
backstage,
at you. You know.
And and he points at him, and Speed was like, "What the hell?" And then LA Knight showed up at his house during a stream and threw him through his computer. So that was because
the curse manifested in that way. Wow. Okay.
He also accidentally cursed a referee, and his arm cramped up, so he couldn't count to 3.
Yep. He cursed Kit Wilson, who was on the top turnbuckle, and then Pyro came out of the turnbuckle and cost him the match. So
Backlar,
he's just a goblin that curses people and collects teeth.
I
know a lot about Danhausen. Yeah, I know a lot about him. I like him. Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Big
good.
fan.
He's really good.
Danhausen and Obafemi are the only 2 things I like about WWE these days.
See that Oba promo last night was very good. Oba is very good.
Strap the fucking rocket ship to that dude.
That should be the guy for years. Yes, 100%.
All right. Next email is all about Scrappy Doo. Emailer, apologies. I forgot to get your name written down here. As a knower of Scooby-Doo things, I was listening to y'all talk about Scrappy's origins, and I wanted to chime in. In the intro of Scooby and Scrappy-Doo, Mike is partially right. The little dude falls out of a train and emerges out of a box, excitedly meeting his Uncle Scooby for the first time. Scrappy is Scooby's nephew. He was sent to adventure with the gang by his sister Ruby. Oh. Really,
Ruby-Doo, yeah.
Ruby-Doo.
Ruby-Doo.
Really, though, and this story is so long, we'll keep it short, the franchise was experiencing turbulence, so Hanna-Barbera thought introducing a smaller kid-like character to the series would help bolster its ratings, and it worked. Kids love Scrappy, and the series became mega popular again. The studio saw this and kept throwing the pup into every single thing until eventually the rest of the gang disappeared, and more than anything, it became the Scrappy-Doo show by the late 80s. Public perception of Scrappy eventually soured heavily, and he became such a tainted character that they rarely bring him back except as a villain these days. Thanks for all you do. Sorry for the long email, but as the resident Scooby-Doo person, I thought I'd chime in. Thanks.
That's fair.
I did not realize he was hated until recently. Like I was born in '84. I just loved Scrappy-Doo. Like I did not know there was any turn against him or anything like that.
I think even as a kid, I got the vibe that he was an interloper, that he had shown up. And he had shown up, and I was like, this is supposed to be about Scooby-Doo, right? What is this motherfucker doing here and just taking up all of the oxygen out of the room?
Yeah, look, he was popular, and I think they maybe pushed him too hard, and he'd go away heat. Like, because he's in Scooby-Doo in the Ghoul School.
Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Goo.
That's like Luigi's dog, yeah.
But he's in Scooby-Doo in the Ghoul School, which is like a top-tier Scooby-Doo movie thing, right? And like that one is just Scooby, Shaggy, and Scrappy. Man, it's too many S's. It's hard to keep track of all of them. So like, I don't know. Like, I still associate Scrappy with mostly good feelings. But I also I'm not gonna hold a torch for him or whine about his current status as a meme. Although I think part of me is like, all right, have you all kicked Scrappy-Doo enough? We get it. You didn't like him.
I will hold a torch for Scrappy-Doo.
Thank you.
That's brave of you.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Backlar, I feel like you do a good Scooby.
Scooby-Doo is like I don't know if I've tried it. What is why can't I put it?
Everything with an R. It's like
like that?
Yeah. I tell you what, I'm excited to listen, no promises on us delivering it like super soon, but we're going to try to get to it. The game that we're supposed to make with Chuck, because I want Backlar to do so many characters because he's so good at voice acting. I'm excited about this.
And we just put a PNG over him to denote a different costume change.
Fucking great idea.
Yeah.
Oh, he could just be every NPC. I would love that. Oh my God.
He's not actually in the game as Jeff Backlar, but he's every NPC.
That's fine. That's fine.
You can romance Jeff Backlar as Scrappy-Doo.
Whatever hat you want me to wear.
Oh, wait. Can we make the subtitle of our game Kevin's Back Jack?
Ooh, that's a good
idea. Honestly, you're so close to closing this loop. This is a triumph.
Yeah.
I'm into it. No. Let's just call the game Bully 2 Kevin's Back Jack.
What's stopping us?
Nothing.
Yeah.
That'd be copyright law.
We'll put the bully part, but we'll spell it different somehow.
Yeah, we'll just like 2 O's instead of a U.
Yeah.
So like bully.
Yeah. Bully also Kevin's
Bully.
Back Jack.
Bully too. All right, folks.
Bully.
And it's ghosts. There we go.
Yeah.
Because he's back from the dead.
Bully, yeah.
Grabbed by the bullies. Kevin's Back Jack.
Grabbed by bullies.
Yeah. Scooby Goo at the Ghoul School.
Scooby Goo. All right, gang, moving along. Today is Tuesday, and it is a Portal Pals week, gang. Get your peepees out.
What?
Because episode 2 of Portal Pals is dropping this afternoon. And Xavier writes in from Valdez, North Carolina. I read that, and I thought this was a setup joke. Thankfully, it's not. What up, fellow Aperture Lab scientists? Wanted to write and show off my Portal-themed motorcycle. It's a 2021 Livewire 1 Harley-Davidson's fully electric motorcycle, and when I got it, I noticed the tank area and headlight cowl looked like a portal gun. With some paint and 3D parts, I themed the bike after one of my favorite games. I also have a custom horn and some voice lines and sounds from the game I can trigger with a key fob on the charger port. Does this make me an honorable PP? Mike?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you've done it. You are an honorable PP. Congratulations for making it in their Portal Pals. That thing looks super sick, actually.
If this thing
really
doesn't
neat.
get you dates, it should. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You pull up in this thing, you should be able to like ask anyone out and get a date. That's my opinion.
We're talking about Portal Pals again. New episode of that is popping off later today. This is April 14th, 4 p.m. Eastern. This is the first one that is premium only, everybody. You got a taste for free, but now if you want to keep watching Portal Pals, that is a Giant Bomb premium joint. That's okay. If you're not a premium member yet, you go to giantbomb.com/join. You can become a premium member, a premium Portal Pal. That's a triple P. That's a PPP, everybody.
That's right.
And you'll be good for this in future episodes. You can see the fan incident in all of its glory. You can see the budding friendship between me and Mary almost torn apart, almost stomped on before it can bud and flourish into a beautiful flower. How will the Portal Pals overcome these trials at the hands of the mad AI scientist GLaDOS? You'll see all of that and more in Portal Pals Episode 2, exclusively on Giant Bomb Premium.
Mary has such a unique way of being very serpentine and being able to skirt past every different like filter in my head, because it takes me a long time to edit this show, mostly because I have to pause and just think to myself, can we keep that in?
Mary.
Is that okay?
I'm the one who's going to get canceled.
No. The thing is, you can't cancel Mary Kish, all right?
No, impossible.
No, of course not. She's too powerful. She'll beat you up.
She will.
She's the only one that we're hoping might be able to take care of Dan. So as long as she's the buffer
She's
there.
the only one who's been close a few times.
Yeah.
The only one who's physically attacked me more than any of you.
But Mary has some very interesting things to say in this one. Oh boy.
You should see it.
You should see it. You should see it. All right. Travis from Fargo writes in with 5 questions. I choose one of them. Travis writes in, and I chose not work related. What's the best thing video games have done for you?
Got me a job.
Not work related.
Oh, shit.
Wow. Okay, Mike's fired again.
Fired again.
Kevin's back, Jack.
One step forward, four back. Wow.
Dan, you
the thing
said
that kicked off me and Bianca really, hitting it off immediately is our love of games and her dating profile mentioning Soldier of Fortune 2 and her ping on her Dreamcast Unreal Tournament stuff. It's like, oh, okay, I think I need to talk to this girl.
Babe, I'd say you, but it's kind of game related because from me through Giant Bomber. It's work related. I think you're disqualified. They're mean. I don't think you're disqualified.
Wow. I agree, Mike. I think your relationship is disqualified.
I just can't imagine walking on thin ice more than saying to your loved one, "You're disqualified."
Yeah.
That's not right, me.
I guess the thing I'll try and answer this in a sincere way. I in the beginning of COVID, that was a very grounding and
Oh,
socializing thing. I think that played a very important role in those very scary early days of what wound up being a hoax.
Yeah.
And now
similar.
5G is flowing through our system.
Yeah, now, yeah, exactly.
I'll make that joke forever. I think that's
It's very funny.
There's no joke here. There's no joke here, buddy.
What's so funny?
Yeah.
Don't get it. Similar like that, like growing up and being like, I am good at tests at school, but I don't like the rest of school. And I have all this mental energy of like, I want to be solving problems. I want to be doing, and then like, where do I put that? And like video games were waiting for me and at like every turn, being like, you're good at these things. Actually, you can figure out problems. You can be confronted with a bunch of challenges and figure them out pretty quickly and in a way that is satisfying and makes you feel good about yourself. So games kind of gave me a sense of self-worth that a lot of other stuff was actively eroding when I was growing up. So yeah, I'll credit games with that.
Crap, I've never heard anyone like say it like that, but like that's exactly how I felt too. It's like, oh, I know could be good at this school stuff, but it sucks, so I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like, video games like giving you the puzzles and Zelda games and stuff like that. Like, totally, yeah.
I think it helped encourage my reading ability as a youth.
Sure.
Just like the games that I was drawn to as a kid, a lot of reading RPGs and stuff, and like that. Just like, oh, cool, I like this story. Let me go read a book, I guess. All right.
I think our generation, and I'll include you too, Jen, if you'll allow us.
I'm just a baby.
I know. At the very baby end of our generation, I do think, again, I'm talking about like us, because I'm not so sure anymore, but I do think the net positives are substantial for what you kind of were able to extract out of that. And we have the evidence that supports that kind of stuff too. Like I said, I don't know if it's still a thing. If you are if you were just melting away on Roblox all day, that's probably not the same thing. But I do think in terms of, and obviously in moderation, but I do think a lot of problem solving, math, reading, I think all that stuff is accelerated in a very positive way.
Yeah.
Or even just like having a desire to play video games. So it like forced me to get on the computer and figure out how the computer worked. And it's illicit, but like figuring out piracy and like, can I get on the internet and solve those problems of like, can I find this stuff that I want that is hidden from me in all these other ways? I had to like learn the way the internet worked and the way that people communicate and share these things with one another. It forced me to like get into a community in a way that I would not have otherwise.
And this will sound maybe a little I don't know, but I think like playing video games so young exposed me to like, hey, it's a big planet. A lot of this stuff's it's not all here. The universe is not, circling me and my little part of it. Right. And I think that exposure to that stuff early on certainly, was like, oh, hey, there's a whole lot of people here. A whole lot of people doing stuff.
Yeah.
So
like importing stuff. Like, like I imported video games from Japan. Never would have imported something from another country without video games. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, moving on along. This one's for you, Mr. Bacalar. Hey, Bombers. What is Jeff doing about the 3D printing fumes? Or is he just inhaling that sweet-smelling and probably bad for you PLA fumes and dangerous fumes from other materials? I'd love to get into 3D printing, being a 3D artist myself, but living in a small apartment has ventilation concerns. Thanks, and keep up all the great stuff. Brian from Long Island.
Long Island. Brian, you're worried about PLA fumes?
Another hoax?
Brother, on Long Island. Okay, that's a joke. Not really. But listen, PLA, I've done a good amount of research and understanding this. I do know that PLA is among the least toxic filaments that you can get involved in with 3D printing.
It's like eating silica packets, yeah.
Oh,
totally. And I do know like ABS and what's that other popular one? PETG. I do know that they give off more toxic fumes when that you are printing with them. I only really print with PLA, but it still helps to have a ventilated, space. I know people who like print in closets, and that's probably insane, but you're also probably not in the closet with the printer at the same time. So, there are like third-party attachments you can get that will filter out the air. I know the bamboo ones come with sort of like a maybe not so satisfactory built-in mechanism. But I do think if you're printing primarily with PLA, you are mostly in the clear. Again, I would not just like you wouldn't, stand in front of a microwave for 10 minutes. I would not sort of like, yeah. Well, that you just don't, don't huff those fumes and watch. Yeah, don't hover over the printer. Just, maybe. And if you can, best case, you're not in the same room as it.
Yeah, I mean, go for a walk. It's going to take a minute anyhow. Obviously, you want to observe things, but I mean, do these things all have like cameras built in?
Yeah,
do a lot of people set up cameras?
All the new ones have cameras built in.
Oh, cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So you can, and they do that so you can make yourself a little time lapse if you want, and obviously check in on it. They're getting so good though, I think some of the new bamboo ones, like they'll detect some sort of printing error almost immediately and just like shut down and be like, this thing's just spaghetti. You got to start over or something.
Spaghetti.
But yeah, PLA, I would not worry so much. And I do think there is a bit of a third party paranoia that's being generated by these manufacturers who are making these add-ons. But look, there's decent reporting out there that sort of says PLA is not the most awfully harmful thing. Again, don't hover. Maybe try not to be in the same room as the thing.
Cool. Lovely. Thank you for that knowledge. Sean from Andover, Connecticut writes in, Starfield is one of the best RPGs of the past several years. What wrong opinions do you guys have?
We can block email, right?
I guess so.
Mine
don't have many.
Let's rewind to the very first sentence of this podcast. Mine is that games don't need stories. It's an opinion I always hear myself say, and I'm like, oh, shut up, Jeff. That's stupid. You like lots of games that have stories. So yeah, that's definitely one of them.
I might borrow Grubb's, but also be more earnest about it.
There you go. Go for it. Yeah. I'll cheer you on silently.
I think it's uncool and not very interesting that I don't like modern movies very much.
Yeah.
You're saying, I'm sorry, say that again. I just want a clean read of that.
Yeah, I think I'm not proud of the fact that I don't really like movies very much anymore. But it's how I feel.
Okay.
It's fine. You're allowed to feel that way. I think
it's an attention span issue.
No.
What?
No.
What do you mean?
My attention span is fine. I don't know. It's not that.
Yeah, what you're doing instead is playing long JRPGs instead. Like
Mikey likes agency. Mikey wants to be at the driver's seat.
I definitely like video games more for sure. I don't know. Part of the problem is maybe it's like an initiation thing. I just don't initiate movies very often. That's right.
Yeah, you're waiting for her to make the first move.
All right, exactly.
Oh, I didn't realize this was like just general opinions. I thought it was strictly video games.
Yeah, I was doing video games at first. So I'd have to widen it, but I'm not sure. Let me think. Oh yeah. Italian food is not very good.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck you. Yeah, go to hell.
I think
that sounds very wrong in people's eyes.
I think iced lattes are stupid. It's just milk. It's just hella milk.
Will in the chat, BioShock Infinite is the best one, he says.
Right. Will told me that because we were looking at like BioShock stickers at a PAX booth. He's like, Infinite, that's the one. And I almost kind of like, I think I misheard you. We'll just ignore that. I
guess that hurts me in a way that like, I just feel like we were ready to take the next step in our friendship.
Oh, yeah, you have to hang out with him soon.
Yeah, tomorrow. And now I feel like it just can't get to the place where it could have got. Like, and I do sort of protect that series maybe more than I should, or in the first two games, and it's just like
it's better than 2. Infinite's better than 2.
I disagree.
I gotta go back. I need to play Minerva's. Can we count Minerva's Den in 2? Because
that's awesome.
You can count it.
I think 2's better than Infinite, but that's fine. I mean. Infinite just, oh my lord. I also, again, not to relitigate, but I had like such a weird Ken Levine thing happen at the beginning of that whole like E3 demo, and then me interviewing him and him being like, I don't know what you're talking about. It was just annoying.
He seems like a weird guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Damn it. I thought his name was Kevin for a second. I'm like, no, it's Ken. I was about to make
Kevin's
a great
back.
call back. Yeah. Shit. Not enough Kevins in gaming.
Not a lot.
No, except for the one in Bully.
I'm trying to think of the unpopular, like, I don't know. I obviously have like a lot of opinions. I think when it comes to games, you know, I just struggle sometimes with like with getting frustrated where I feel like I'm not doing enough in a game and a game's doing too much for me.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? And I sometimes struggle with that agency of being like, am I playing this or is this playing me? Or is this just like a smoke and mirrors thing? And I think I get frustrated there a lot.
Sure.
Yeah, you do have to make peace with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And you just sort of have to buy into the illusion sometimes. Yeah.
When I'm expressing opinions, I'm sometimes surprised at the things that like get people riled up. Like when I was doing the Mario tier list, and I did 3D Land. Don't say anything, Dan. When I did 3D Land, like, and I put it in like the middle tier, which it doesn't mean it's mid. It's just amongst the Mario games. Like, yeah, it's Mario 3D Land. A lot of people are like, I can't believe you have it that low. I was like, I didn't know people. There's these people out here carrying a torch for Super Mario 3D Land. Many people were upset.
Disgusting DS kids that just grew up with nothing but a DS. And
3DS.
Yes, yeah.
I like it. Jeez.
I agree with like all of my opinions.
Because they're your opinions.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You're not ashamed of any of them? There's nothing you regret? No opinion you regret a little bit?
I know what you're doing, Mr. Walking Talking Reddit comment.
That could be you. You could be the walking talking Reddit comment.
I know. What do you mean?
We don't know
that. What do you mean?
It's always Dan. That's my opinion.
I was arguing before this podcast that like the Metroid Prime thing, if we were on a 10-point scale, which I do prefer a 10-point scale, and maybe if I can just keep creeping it up.
Aren't we?
We are on a 10-point scale right now.
Sorry, like a 10. I'm sorry, a 10. I'm thinking like a Game Informer. I guess that's a 40-point scale. Like if I reviewed Metroid Prime 4 for Game Informer, I would have given that a 9.5. But when you have less to work with,
you probably would have gotten
rounded, and you have to.
Yeah. I agree. You would have got significantly less bullshit if it was a 9.5.
Yeah.
I'm glad it happened to you and not me. I almost would have been like, hey, guys, leave Dan alone.
I think 9.5 is still 5 too high.
Oh, it's way too high for that bad video game for sure. But I mean, nobody would care as much.
Right, gang. Last email of the show. Connecticut heavy week for the emails, but this comes from Matt from Connecticut. Hey, duders. Most people who watch the NFL are familiar with coaching trees. Coaching trees are basically when an assistant coach works and learns under a head coach and then takes what they learned and applies that to when they eventually become a head coach. It is essentially a mentorship where the assistant coach gets their shot at being a head coach and carries certain philosophies and tendencies from the previous coaches that they were influenced by. Those new head coaches will have assistant coaches under them, and the tree expands and the cycle continues. All of you are now seasoned veterans in games media, except Jan, who is a baby and youthful and exuberant. So
it's weird. Mine doesn't say that.
Yeah, the edit didn't come through.
Sorry, maybe we're on a different doc. So what coaching trees do you hail from? Who were some of your mentors when you were coming up in the industry? Okay. And what philosophies and tendencies do you learn from them that helped shape you today? Matt from Connecticut.
Well, Jeff Grubb and I both came up at Giant Bomb, which was Dan Shu and Damie Lynn
not Giant Bomb. Not Giant Bomb.
Sorry, Bitmob, which excuse me things. Bitmob, which was Damie Lynn and Dan Shu from the EGM days. Then that got bought by VentureBeat, which became GamesBeat, and there's also Jason Wilson, who was also like an old magazine guy, EGM, and was our managing editor for a very long time as well. And, we worked with Dean Takahashi, who's an industry vet as well. So that's kind of the tree for me. Those are the branches above me.
We definitely like all of that. Like Dan Shu's kind of at the top of that tree. Like he would be the Bill Walsh equivalent, like the West Coast offense. And like if you hear me ever like espousing a strong opinion about the way people write about games or the way like the kind of language they use, or ever make fun of the cliches like mixed bag, all that stuff got instilled in me by Dan Shu.
Right. So, Dan Shu was like such a big deal to me that like the moment I realized that he was my boss, that was like, oh, I made it. I guess I might actually be able to do this thing. That's insane. This because like I just I always knew him. He was in my magazines forever, and then went up. And
he turned EGM into a serious magazine. Like he was a big part of that. Yeah.
Right. So I was like, it was basically a superstar to me, and like that was the person that I interact with every day. That's crazy.
I'd say Andy McNamara was my first one because, like, he was there, like, the first Game Informer I got when I was 9 in, like, in 1993 or 1994 or whatever. So I think he's probably the first guy I saw. I was like, oh, shit, you can make this your life? Okay, I should do that entirely. And then working under him and stuff like that. Like, very, very different styles and personalities and stuff like that. But, like, he was the first person on my radar as someone who could do this for a living. So I'd say Andy at first. And then once I came over here and went kind of all the way in video and podcast stuff, it was Gersman and Vinny, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like I have a weird learning tree because I didn't explicitly start out in games media. But I, of course, have to give the flowers to the great Jason A. Stryker for really teaching me the ins and outs of, like, studio production. Like, just doing all the live stuff, because it was a completely different language for me, coming from, like, more of a, I guess, like, traditional production background, having to deal with streaming and like that type of tech. So shouts out to Jason forever and ever. And other than that, I talk about Mythbusters a lot, but the production team, the behind the scenes crew, taught me an obscene amount of everything that I still carry over to this day. And that's not just the producers, the directors, the other people on the team, like the camera people, of course, but also the builders in teaching me practical life skills and, like, how to attach a bunch of 2x4s to a top of a truck safely and unsafely too, with some gaff tape.
I got a shout out too. It's weird because, like, he came in like 5 or 6 years after I started, but Ben Hansen, like, despite being younger and coming in later, the amount of shit I've just, like, the way his brain works to come up with ways to cover games and stuff. It's just ways that, like,
he's gaming's Mr. Beast. He just understands this space. He gets it.
Yeah. He super gets it. He's endlessly curious, endlessly creative, and just, like, the amount of times he tells me stuff, even today, where I'm like, holy shit, I've never thought of it that way. Like, I think
he's taught you everything you know about Mario.
That,
unfortunately,
fucking not true.
But, like, if we're talking about, like, outside influences, also 100%, it was like the One Up show, and I guess the team that would eventually become the Area 5 crew. Just love their style of production when it came to, like, shooting game discussions and whatnot. Just making more cash and all that stuff.
Right. Yeah, I mean that's how I learned what a podcast should be. Absolutely.
All right, gang. I think it is time for
a podcast within a podcast. It's time for Grubb Guessr.
Right.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yes, let's go.
Nice.
All right. So I'm going to do this. We'll do the super chats after this. All right, everybody. Welcome to Grubb Guessr. I'm Jeff Grubb. This is the game where I make my friends guess what an old magazine ad is. This time, I have it set up this way, everybody. I'm going to show you a series of games that are in this one ad. There's a picture and there's a quick description. What I'm looking for is which publisher is this ad for? Let's start with this first one, which is Assault on Everest. This seamless blend of history and imagination pits you against an intimidating array of opponents. There's periods where there shouldn't be periods. I'm going to start reading it that way. Ancient myths, lost, legends, hidden caves, and the most unforgiving mountain in the world, Everest. Only the fittest will survive to discover the secret of the unidentified object which has crashed near the summit. And it's a picture of, like, a crazy yeti with big sharp teeth. Does anyone have a guess at this point?
So this is not for a game. That is
the game itself. I want you to. It's going to be a collection of games from a single publisher. I want you to tell me which publisher that this ad is for.
Well, is that game, can we start with, is that Extermination for the PS2?
No, that game's Assault on Everest.
It says it right there.
Yeah.
Assault on Everest.
I think that game is Assault on Everest.
You got it, Dan. Well done.
Thank you. Will, can you cut it so it's just like I got that right? Thank you.
Gosh, like, the fact that I never heard of this game makes me think it's like some obscure PC game. It's like, is this Origin Systems?
This is not Origin Systems.
Yeah, shit.
All right, so I'm gonna send you guys the next one. Let's see here. Hell, a cyberpunk thriller. It is like a picture of a bunch of people falling into a mouth. It's all red. That is the picture. I'll read the first line here. It's been discovered who has the power to condemn man to hell. The government.
Whoa.
They're after you for committing sins against the state. All right. what publisher has put out that last game, which was Assault on Everest, and this one, Hell, a cyberpunk thriller. Now, it's a publisher you guys know by name.
This is some weird PC stuff.
Yeah, like there's nothing to go on, really.
Is it
right?
Ubisoft?
It is not Ubisoft.
Right? Like, is there Grubb? Is there any sort of like hint layered in here that
not yet? One of the games will make it a little bit more obvious, but even then, I'll be just a touch surprised if you guys remember who published that.
Is it Atari?
It is not Atari. All right, I'm gonna give you guys
Interplay.
No, I like that.
I forgot. This is the reason I wanted to do this one, and it's okay. Hang on. All right, this next one.
What?
Bill Cosby's picture pages.
Fuck.
What?
From PBS broadcast to a Nickelodeon run of 9 years to over 110 million picture pages. But I don't even know what they're trying to say. But this is an edutainment game about Bill Cosby's picture pages.
Picture
I've never
pages?
seen.
So this is recent. So this is recent. Got it.
I don't want to see Bill Cosby's picture pages personally.
No.
Yeah. All right. Do you guys have a guess?
Is this Electronic Arts?
It is not Electronic Arts.
Oh, you're doing some Seacrest bullshit here. Okay.
Yeah. I learned from Rich from Philman.
Regis Philman, of course.
Regis Philman.
Okay, you got it. We got to have more hints because now we're just shooting in the dark here.
Okay. Next one is, let's see here. I'm uploading it to you guys now. Yeah, that is right. Okay. Yes, this one is Star Crusader. The battlefield is outer space, which is swarming with flying battleships armed with futuristic weaponry. I still don't think you guys will get it from this one. There's one more after this.
Did we say IDOS?
Well,
it is not IDOS.
Okay. Gosh, yeah, because it's definitely like one of these like used to be PC centric publishers.
Exactly.
It started. It's not Sierra. Sierra. I would recognize it.
I'll throw it like there was a game that certainly changed that for them.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's not Interplay, you said, right?
It is not Interplay.
Let's see the last one.
All right. This last one is Bureau 13. There's a plot to undermine the government through the manipulation of men and their machines by paranormal and supernatural phenomena.
I got nothing, gang.
Is this the one that's supposed to help?
Yes.
Oh, no.
How is that supposed to help? Bureau 13?
There was a follow-up of sorts to this game in the last handful of years, the last 10 years-ish. It had a different brand also attached to it.
Is this Activision?
Okay.
Oh, I spoiled myself.
Give us more hints outside of it.
Yes. Okay. Here, in the middle of the page, in the middle of the ad, is a big word that says interaction.
Okay.
Interaction. Sony Computer Interactive Entertainment.
It is not Sony Computer Interactive Entertainment.
Oh, I like that though.
Interact.
Interact.
It is not Interact. What is that? I'm not sure if I know that one.
Am I thinking of Interplay? I'm probably thinking of Interplay.
You said it's not Activision, right?
It's not Interplay. It is for chat. It's not Microprose.
Oh wow.
Oh god, this is too late.
We already
more
said
clues.
EA.
More clues.
It's not Sierra.
So, like I said, there was a big game that changed their fortunes and changed their trajectory. That game was a big console game that came out in the PS3 era. And then,
yeah.
And then the Bureau 13 game. Again, it's related to a game that came out in the last few years. That game is a shooter. The game it's based on, or the series it's based on, is a turn-based strategy game.
Bethesda?
It is not Bethesda.
Wait. Were you talking about XCOM with the like shooter, the thing 2K?
Who made XCOM?
Take-Two.
It is Take-Two Interactive.
There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Good job, Jeff.
Wow.
What? I said like the last 10 years for XCOM the Bureau. All right. Yes. So that was
sure. Yeah.
XCOM the Bureau kind of related to this a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Take-Two Interactive. They put out all these games. I will show you guys the whole ad now. Give me a second.
Yeah, boy.
What is that?
That's wild. Okay.
There you go.
So this is what Take-Two was up to back then.
Yeah, they were working deep
Look at that logo.
Because even like the early GTAs and stuff, that was just like the DMA, right? Like,
yeah. I
that
want to
wasn't
learn. I want to learn more about how a cyberpunk thriller and
Me
Attack on
too.
Everest.
I really want to play both of those. Those are the ones I saw, and I'm like, I need to play Held, a cyberpunk thriller.
I love how they're like,
man.
hey, I got a great idea for a 2-page spread. Let's put 1,000 words on it.
Yes.
And
And don't forget Bill Cosby.
Here it is. When Take-Two software enters your computer, you go in with it, winding your way through hyper-real environments that push role-playing, simulation, and edutainment with Bill Cosby beyond known boundaries, all created by advanced technologies that enhance the experience in ways you've never seen or felt before. It's a barrage of entertainment, adventure, and education emerging this fall that will thrust you into the Take-Two experience. It starts with interaction. You'll find there is no end.
So when you said interaction, I thought Take-Two Interactive, and then I was like, but none of these things are there. But as soon as XCOM was in play, I was like,
unsurprisingly, how a cyberpunk thriller released for DOS and the 3DO. Also, it's like one review on Wikipedia from PC Gamer, which gave it a 92.
What?
So,
that's crazy.
Although then in 1996, Computer Gaming World declared how a cyberpunk thriller the 12th worst computer game ever released. So
Okay. All right.
I don't know what's going on.
We
with
gotta
this
see
game.
this one for ourselves for sure.
Right. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love the way this game looks. This is very early computer graphics, mostly narrative driven. Oh my God, kind of a point and click adventure game, I think. Yes, it's a point and click adventure game. Oh my God.
Hey, it could be a lightning round. It's a long play on YouTube's only
It might be
56
good.
minutes.
Might be good.
It could be good. I don't know.
What's up with Attack on Everest now?
That was Grubb Guessr. Thanks for playing, everybody.
Good one.
Good one.
Thank you, Jeff Grubb. Mike Minotti, we're not done with the show. Hit me with some YouTube super chats, baby.
Yes. What the hell's Assault on Everest?
I don't know. Let me look at that one too.
What's Assault on Everest with you?
I can't even find it on YouTube. I looked for Assault on Everest game. I got like documentaries and a PlayStation trailer for Everest VR.
Everest VR. Okay.
What the hell?
I think they called it Evolution for PS2 eventually.
Maybe it never came out. All right, more research is going to be required there. All right. Let's see here now. Super chats. First one here. They all immediately disappeared. I moved the tabs and it didn't like that. From Gio Von Indiaz says, which new shooter is better this week, Pragmata or Mouse PI?
Pragmata.
Oh, Pragmata.
I have to assume.
Yeah.
It's funny that I guess these are in the same genre somehow, but yeah, sure. Mike Miss Bot Army says, Jan's JOI, Mike and Mary's PP series. You released Jeff's Endurance Run, and I'm headed straight to Rainforest Cafe. Dingus.
You got us.
Zombie Porn says, when Pat McAfee and RFK Jr. cost Cody and Mr. Roll the belt at Mania, then the camera pans to Dan doing the yeet dance in the crowd.
No, I'm going to be laughing and shaking my head in the press box. Is where I'm going to be.
It would be incredible, though. I want that shot so bad.
Jey Uso comes to the press box and does the whole like run it back thing
he's
with
here.
you.
I better eat. Don't want to be rude.
Kodo Neko-sama says, happy 30th anniversary to Steamed Hams. That episode of The Simpsons aired today, 1996. I did see that. Man, even back then, I thought that was like the funniest thing. I don't know. I don't know what it is
that
about
was the
Steamed
highlight,
Hams.
but that entire episode, the 22 short films about Springfield, was so fucking funny.
All right.
Pulp Fiction parody with Wiggum. Man, I love that one.
Some folk will never eat a skunk, but then again, some folk will. Yeah, it's incredible. Zombie Porn Back says, is Scumbag Jan a top tier Jan? He's great, in my opinion.
Don't encourage him.
Blackout 20211 says, I'm paying money to remind Giant Bomb to play Mr. Sleepy Man.
Yes, I
started
go
it.
back and play more.
Boy, some weird voices going on in that game. I started it.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the vibe of it so far.
Dirty Ernie says, Grubb, what joke were you referring to from Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie that you said was the best joke of all time? Thank you for your time. I actually want to see it, so I'm taking it off.
Yeah.
Well,
Dan,
no, this is not spoilery.
Please do it.
When he sees the hangover.
Perfect. Yes, when he sees the hangover and he gets what that means, or when he gets with the crowd
And
reaction, he understands what that means.
for the story.
Yes, the implications of the hangover. Yeah.
Backlar, you eventually saw it?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay, so you know. Okay, did you like it?
I loved it. Yeah.
Okay,
Fantastic.
Okay, cool.
Am I good?
You're good.
All right, I'm back.
It wasn't spoilery anyway.
No.
I want to see that movie actually, even
It's
though
very
movies
good.
are mid.
Wait, hang on. Chat says, should I watch The Hangover first? Then no, you do not.
No,
You don't
of
need
course
to.
The important part is all within the context of the movie.
It's important to the story, so that's why they can use it.
Okay.
Rio
Okay.
Raku says, Dan, does Kansas have beef with any of the surrounding states the way New York and New Jersey do?
Jesus
Same
Christ.
question
Bleeding
to the
Kansas?
Ohioans and Jan.
Oh, the Free State, Kansas versus the slavers in Missouri that kept fucking coming over and burning down Lawrence. And look up John Brown, the abolitionist, and like, oh yeah, Kansas and Missouri are like my friend Libby we would go down to Mass Street, and if like Mizzou was in town, the Tigers were in town for a game, and she would like see a family wearing Mizzou Tiger shirts, she would get in their fucking face and scream at them and call them slavers and like fucking like I'm go back to fucking Missouri, you pieces of shit, in front of like 4-year-olds and stuff. It was crazy. Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, that was major beef with Missouri. Yes.
I mean, I'm like right on the Ohio-Pennsylvania border, which is weird because, you know, I practically live in Pennsylvania. Yeah, there's like a ton of like, oh, they don't know how to drive in PA. If you see someone with like the PA license plate, it's like, look out, they're going to kill you. Right. And then sports is the thing. Even though a lot of people here are Steelers fans, so it's a constant Steelers versus Browns fans thing here.
Yeah, sports teams don't usually honor state borders all the time, right?
I mean, yeah.
On the border, it gets weird because, like, I was in Toledo a little bit ago, and that's Toledo, Ohio. Everyone there is a Lions fan because they got Detroit TV instead of like Cleveland TV.
That's right. Yeah, oftentimes that dictates the allegiance, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Toledo's super close. Oh, go ahead, Jan.
I was going to say California just has beef with itself.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of infighting. Yeah, sure.
North and South, yeah. Kono Nekosama says monkey paw curls. Dan gets everyone on Giant Bomb in the Metal Gear Saw movie, but only as various versions of the guy who shits himself. Your names will be in the credits. I think Dan would be completely fine with that.
I would love that.
I
would too. That's what he's hoping for.
Have no higher honor than if they made me Johnny Sasaki, the Poops Pants Man, in the Metal Gear Solid.
It's a Mary Merrill.
That's true. That is true. Yeah. No, I would love to be Johnny Sasaki. You don't even have to make that's a high honor. That's a named character. You can just make me a guy that shits his pants and dies. You know? Do whatever.
Yeah.
You can do whatever with me in that movie.
Can you imagine getting a SAG card because we had to poop our pants in a movie?
I will do that, and I will shoot poop my pants. I will method poop my pants.
I don't think they want that.
The first pants poop of my life will be for Metal Gear.
Dan, sorry we weren't rolling on that one.
I'll do it again.
Just give me a second.
I could shit myself on command. Don't worry about it.
The actor
Big Fresh
playing
30.
Snake just says, "Do it."
Okay.
Big Fresh 37 says, have you guys ever checked out Super Mario Mon, Pokemon ROM hack that makes it Mario? Oh, that's fun. So it's a Pokemon game, but you're catching Marios and Goombas and stuff, I assume. That sounds
that'd
fun.
be cool.
Never seen that. No. And then one more from Big Fresh 37 says, no toasted ravioli or Imos or Ted Drew is for Dan. I don't know what this means, Dan. Do you understand
What is that? What does that mean, Dan?
Talking about
Imos?
toasted ravioli?
Imos? IMO apostrophe S?
Oh, in my opinions?
No, because it's
no idea what
capitalized
any of
I.
that
It's a
means.
proper
No.
noun.
You sure?
Grubb, you ate Italian food. Have you had fried ravioli?
No, let's be clear. I do
know, I'm
like
kidding. I
several
know.
Italian dishes. I like
like-
spaghetti and ravioli for sure.
This is all St. Louis things. This is about the
Okay, it's
rivalry.
Emo's Pizza. It's Emo's Pizza. Okay,
Emo's Pizza. We did it. We got there.
There's good. You don't have to go to Missouri for anything. Even their pizza's not. You got Illinois
Louis
on one
is
side. They got
fine.
great stuff. Kansas has pretty good pizza too.
got
There's
that arch.
nothing you need to go to Missouri for.
That's so funny. You don't need to go to Missouri for anything.
It's a garbage state.
Is it? Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I've been to St. Louis, but that's about it.
St. Louis
Yeah,
is
I've been to
fun.
St. Louis. I went
They
to
have a
the
good soda
Sweet
company.
16 for with my dad.
I went there for the Royal Rumble, that Sheamus one.
I went to the Sweet 16 with my dad. Might have been earlier in the tournament, but and the thing I remember about that trip is none of the basketball. He got me Kirby's Dream Land for my Game Boy, and we went on a helicopter tour of St. Louis. So I got to ride in a helicopter. That's
cute.
Oh, that's cool.
I went there when I was 18 to make a movie with George Clinton and P-Funk, so that was cool. But that was not because of Missouri. That was because
Yeah,
of
it's
P-Funk.
because of George Clinton. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. That's it for the super chats for now. Thank you so much, everybody. Jan, back to you, sir.
Boys, what do we got going on the rest of this week? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, game mess mornings, right, Grubb?
Back at it.
Fantastic. Tomorrow, it's a stacked and packed week, if I'm being honest, because tomorrow, right after Game S Mornings, Sean and I are opening up the GM Pokemon Monday Night Combat Returns, where I will fight you at home, and I will win. Even if I lose, I will still win, because that's knowledge gained, baby. And after that, Dan heads off to Space Ace. The lightning round continues. Gang, blink and you'll miss it.
I peeked into a new part of that game. I don't know how much more I have. I got to a space escape area, and the word escape bodes well. So
are you allowed to look ahead? Is that a rule?
I look back when I'm making my maps and stuff like that. So like I have to I've charted out the space maze and stuff like that. So I make notes for myself based on my own gameplay. But
I'll make sure we're above board here.
Yep.
Yeah, we're good.
We know the rules.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. Thursday, a stacked day as well, because we have the voicemail dump truck with our dear friend Super Eye Patch Wolf joining us. And to round out the day, we also have Marry Me Tomodachi, the internet's hottest gaming dating show, continues on. Mike, are you still a kid?
Yeah, I think I'm never going to be an adult again, to be honest.
No, I mean in the game.
So,
in the game.
Which actually comes out this week, right? Yeah, we can say that. So yeah, Tomodachi Life comes out this week, the new one. So keep an eye on the website. We'll have some coverage for that. I will be reviewing that game, so keep an eye out.
Living the dream, baby.
Mm-hmm.
This Friday, we're ending the week with UPF. We're playing Scam Lines, right? Scam
Lines, yes.
Yeah. Scam Lines.
Just, it's like it seems like a social deception game, but a social cooperation game where you can only talk to each other by picking up a phone in the game and calling one another. And you've got to share information and then maybe try to deceive certain people and work with other people. So we'll see how it goes.
Fantastic. Cool. Our dear friend Bailey Myers is joining us for that. And then we're going to end the week with another launchathon, whatever the heck we're calling it. Pragmata is heading to the moon. Jeff Grubb is going to dive in and do a long stream of Pragmata. He's diving in for the first time. Folks at home, take your bets now if Grubb is going to like it, because it does feel like a dad game.
I think he's going to like it a lot.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Cannot wait.
Anything else I forgot, folks?
PPs! Tonight, 4 p.m. Eastern. First premium exclusive episode of Portal Pals of me and Mary Kish launching. Make sure you go to giantbomb.com/join so that you're a premium member and you can watch all the PP action you crave. Giant Bomb Premium. It's where the PPs live.
That's right. This PP stream is only for premium members. You can't get it for free anymore. You have to pay for that hot PP action. Folks, I think that does it for the show. We have to end it after all of this hot PP talk, gang. Look forward to quick looks popping off throughout the week. Go read the reviews that are popping on this website. Chuck made an Mouse PI a review that's now on the site. Mike has a Pragmata review. There will be more reviews as we go along in the week, and we'll see you next week for another episode of the Giant Bombcast. He's been Jeff. He's been Mike. He's been Dan. I've been Jane. You at home are doing great. All your opinions are good. We'll see you next week for another episode of the Giant Bombcast. Until then, goodbye. Also, shouts out to our sponsor today, Dosa Divas. Go check it out.